Le baton?
We are live.
Open arms don't mean open borders.
That's right, motherfucker.
You want to come to my country? Then do it legally.
Right, legally.
You call it hustle, I call it theft. Morals on zero, compass on left. You cheat every test, then brag you pass. Ink dries quick on a fail to last. Got a front door with a welcome mat, you see. Not a busted fence for a free-for-all spree. This house is built on rules, strong and tall. So don't come looking for a hole in the wall. This flag stands for something real and true, and that includes seeing the process through. This ain't about where you're from, it's what you do. It's the line, not the lineage. It's the law, not you. Get the fuck out or get in line. We're letting in rapists and forgiving crime. Cutting the fucking queue, who gets the burn? Legal migrants who waited their turn. Paperwork's heavy, but the honors are something. Roll same standard for all. You skip the queue and steal from the rest, from the nurse on a visa and the weather who tests. Border ain't hate, it's a promise we keep, so the welcome we give runs honest and deep. Bring your skills, bring your hope, bring your truth and your sweat, but don't bring a shortcut and call it a bet. This ain't about a face or the color of your skin. Apply legally and we will let you in. Get the fuck out or get in line. We're letting in rapists and forgiving crime. Cutting the fucking queue, who gets the burn? Legal migrants who waited their turn. Front door, full name, raise that right hand high. Back door, shortcuts, get a firm goodbye. Get in line, sign your name, do the time, pay the same. What's in your name? When that paperwork's raised, raise your hand, take the oath. Yeah, we're proud when you do. I'm not against immigrants, I'm against illegals, that's true. Get in line, sign your name, do the time, pay the same. This household's many, just honor the frame. We got room for the dreamers who respect the rules. Come on through the front, we'll be waiting for you. Get the fuck out or get in line.
I was waiting for it to scream, fuck the world.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the end of it too.
Cutting the fucking queue, who gets the burn?
Porn's going to go out of business. Little boys will be looking at AI the rest of their lives.
Welcome's a promise, and a promise has rules.
Yes, it does. Bad AI girls. All I got to say. Oh no, Jim, we'll be back and say we still got another song, but I was just saying she's a bad AI girl. She don't look.
Yeah, she kind of looks like Cameron Diaz.
She, I mean, everything's in the right place, but you can just tell it's AI. It's not. It's not alive enough. I don't know. Maybe it's not balanced. It's just overall, just nah.
It's close. It's getting close.
Oh, for if you're under 16, I'm sure it's way close. So it's close to all you need, man. Yeah, that's one of the things Dad's going, get out the bathroom. Or Mom's going, you've been in there for 2 hours. What the hell's going on? Well, what can you do, man? Teenagers are teenagers. Yes, but anyway, this is another Star Trek. Well, we'll just play it so y'all can see it, and there's no reason to talk.
New one?
This is a different one. Yeah, this is like pirates.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know where they find this shit at. It's no. After this, we're gonna be doing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll be news after this, but no promos. Promos later on in the show. Yeah, but here you go. We shall return. Oh, we got a couple clips we're gonna be playing in the show that ought to be interesting too. Here we go. Clip. Make it ho ho right off the bat.
Sounds like Gilligan's Island.
Picard stands firm on the starlit deck, sipping his tea Earl Grey hot. He lifts his mug as he feels the rage, then shouts to crew, set sail, engage! Raise up the sails and make it yo-ho! We plunder stars where the wild winds blow. Treasure and rum in the cosmic flow. All hands aboard as we onward go. Riker leaps down with his leg up high, swinging through rigging across the sky. Flirts with a mermaid of space below, then steals her pearls with a sly. Yo-ho! Raise up the sails and yo-ho! We plunder stars where the wild winds blow. Treasure and rum in the cosmic flow. All hands aboard as we onward go. Worf drinks Prunum from a mighty keg. Rolling head button ships to shreds. Today's good day for a fight, he rolls and breaks the mast with his skull once more. Data shines bright with his brass gold frame. Asks, why do pirates enjoy this game? Geordie just sighs, it's the life we know. Now pass that rope and quit asking yo. Raise up the sails and make it yo-ho! We plunder stars where the wild winds blow. Treasure and rum in the cosmic flow. All hands aboard as we onward go. Through cosmic storms and the blackest night, we chase down Klingons with pure delight. Q snaps his fingers to our show, but we sail on with a bold ticket yo-ho! Troy, read your mind from a league away. Says you're all drunk, please behave today. Crusher mixes rum with a doctor's kit. Heals every fool who got deck flung split. Wesley shows up with a glowing sphere. Pushes one button, boom, smoke appears. Picard just sighs, kid, you've sunk us slow. Someone fix that before, make it yo-ho! Raise up the sails and make it yo-ho! We plunder stars where the wild winds blow. Treasure and rum in the cosmic flow. All hands aboard as we onward go. Raise up the sails and make it yo-ho! We plunder stars where the wild winds blow. Treasure and rum in the cosmic flow. All hands aboard as we onward go. Picard lifts high as hot steaming pot. Whispers mighty Earl Grey hot. Hits the spot and points ahead where the star lanes glow. Set course for glory and make it yo-ho.
Yo-ho.
Now we got to go help people customize and save hundreds of
We
Liberty
don't have to
Mutual.
go help anybody go.
Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is.
Sorry.
How could you miss that
Yeah.
golf cart? Jesus.
Yo ho ho, huh? No. No,
Yo ho, and make it so.
that's just another new one. They pop up all over. I don't know. I think still my disco one's the favorite. I like all of them though. So some of them are better than others. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, that's
I
true.
like all of them. Well, yeah, they got a little more. The original one, which is Kirk and them. What was it? What's he about with his
Star
skunk and-
trucking or something like that.
Yeah, Star Trek. And anyway, he gets drunk with his skunk. I don't know. We don't even, and it's not even a skunk. It's a badger or something.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's all CGI as far as I know. I mean, not CGI, AI. As far as I know, all of it's AI. CGI is old hat now.
And I think in some of them they use like a human to overlay the AI.
Hmm.
In
Yeah,
some
well,
of them, like
you
I think the
probably
one, the fuck the woke one. I think they use like actual girl to overlay.
well,
the AI.
actually, she's a oh, I can't remember her name now, but she's actually a singer, and so I think it's both. I think it's kind of squeezed together. Well, her skin's too perfect for mid 30-year-old woman and alcohol and drugs out on the rock and roll trail. That's just life can be tough, man. We got all kind of new banners these days, Christopher. Yeah, we create them. We create so many we have to delete them. Matter of fact, Michelle got on my ass about it the other day about I need to delete some of them banners so some other people could have some banners. We're like,
No, never.
it's well, because it got some cool ones, and they're hard to get off the page. They don't like you to store them off on a download. It's weird.
I discovered it in the first place, so blah.
Yeah,
But so what? I mean, you make one and you destroy it for the next time you make a new one. I don't see any problem.
well, this one, the one you see behind Jay and I right now is just a newsstand with news on the flip side on it. Yeah, I mean it's cool. I got one that's got Jay and I as youngsters with hair and stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Yeah, so
Let's see if we. Why
this
don't
is
we
back in the day.
showcase?
Where's it at? Is this it? No, that's it. Where the hell did it go?
Oh, he put it. That's the jukebox one.
Oh no, where's it at? There. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Whoa,
there we
see, there it is.
Here we are. Yeah.
That's Jay on the left. That's me on the right because I'm bigger and fatter than he is.
I used to not sport beard and mustache, but now I have for the longest time. But
No, no, man, that's us. That's just like 30 years ago. If you believe that, I got some land down here that ain't never.
oh yeah, I got a beachfront property on Mars. I'm willing to get rid of cheap.
Oh, you seen that show with I was on Ethereal the other day? She's another Pittsburghian. Yes, she's from Pittsburgh. Yeah, she lives in Pittsburgh.
Who?
Is it Carolyn? Carolyn?
Oh, Carolyn. Yeah, okay. I
She's
thought,
on,
I thought Carolyn was in Canada.
No, there's another. There's two of them or three of them. I look. So she's on Ethereal. So the host on Ethereal, she's from Pittsburgh.
I think CL's up there too, isn't she?
Hey, CL's a little strange, you know.
But she's in the Pittsburgh area, I do believe.
I think the ghosty slapped CL around one night and she's just been bug-eyed since. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just
Here, if you might be listening in.
Actually, I really like CL as a host. She's just something about I just like. That she's quiet, which means you got to be watching her, you know, because the quiet ones are the dangerous ones.
And she keeps Sean Kelly in check too. So.
Yeah, she keeps old bastard in line. Like, hey, straighten up, boy, or else. I think she'd slap him his ass around. He wouldn't know got hold.
I sent him a link for tonight, but he said he's tired, so he's not going to be in.
Oh no, I know he gets up early on Fridays. Well, no, he's a butcher by trade. So he's up at like crack of fucking dawn.
Yeah, he's up at 4 a.m. and he's there by 5.
Yeah, I'm going to bed at 4 a.m. He's going to work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to work at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, man. So fuck with that crap.
Yeah, it's
even though I've been bored, so I might I've been thinking about maybe doing something part-time, 20 hours a week or something, just to sit in front.
Be a Home Depot greeter.
Oh no, because I'd be like, don't come in this. Oh no, I like Home Depot. Never. It's the other one I don't like, Lowe's. Yeah, them cocksucking Lowe's hoes. The boys, there's one thing the boys used to say every time we'd walk in Lowe's. Lowe's got hose.
Yeah.
Like, stop that. No, Lowe's is one of them stores. So one of my partners way back in the day, every time he'd walk in Lowe's, he'd have to steal something. Oh no, I mean, but it's like a tape measure or it's just something,
Something you can pocket easy.
or you clip on the side or a different thing. We got him one of those whatchamacallit digital thermometers and it just and then one day he got mad at me because I'm at the place and the lady I had just bought a mini wet saw for doing like bathrooms and stuff, small areas, and she didn't charge me for it. And it was like $240. So I went back in, I was gonna pay her, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? Joe, you got it for free, leave." I'm like, "Man, I come because I'm in that store like 5 times a day, 6 days a week."
Right.
But still when I went back in, she was like, "Oh, are you sure?" "No, don't worry about it." So I kept it. I got one of the best pair of binoculars in a Walmart at like 2:30 in the morning in Mississippi. So man, I had a pair and somehow I cracked the lens on it. And we were going on an investigation. I really needed a good pair. So I wanted a good pair of Bausch and Lumbs, and they're back then they were like $450, $470, like $1,200. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm gonna spend that. And then they had this cheap pair for $39. I was looking at them. I'm like, nah. So I guess I'm just gonna have to, because I really needed a good pair. So I guess I'm just gonna go bang for the buck. And I handed her the money, and she charged me for the $39.99. Said, "Have a Merry Christmas." It was like 8 months before Christmas. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Hey, look, it's Leah.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh my God, I thought the aliens got Leah, man. I was getting worried. Man. Wait, fix the damn cameras. What the hell's going on?
Everything's upside down.
That's when.
Oh,
hey.
There's a youngling in the room.
I cannot see. Wait, where's my camera? Hold on. Why don't I see my camera? Sometimes StreamYard gets the weirdest. Oh, there it is. It gets the weirdest. Whoa, hello, people of Earth. People of Earth. People, don't give me shit about these glasses. I hate these glasses. Before anybody starts writing to me about them.
Those are the
Yeah.
grandpa glasses.
I dropped. No, wait, hold on. These are the grandpa glasses.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Okay, now I'm blind. Those are the grandpa glasses. But these.
Are you
suck.
dizzy yet?
Yeah, pretty much. No, you don't even want to know where I had it's a nice pair of glasses, and I was working with the guys who do our lift station, and I was trying to get a pipe cleaned up between the house and they were fixing the lift station, and I bent over to push the hose through the thing, and when I did, my glasses went
Ooh,
to the
gross.
bottom of it, and I said, "Well," he said, "Well, go get a rake and get them." I said, "I don't want them after they've been down there. You can keep them, some bitches." He said, $200. I said, "I don't care how much they cost. They ain't never going back on my face. So if you want them out of there, you better get them out of there, because I ain't getting them out of there." It's
I mean, you don't want to wear poo goggles?
no, but anyway. So yeah, how you been?
He's muted.
Have you been ducking? You know, I hear the nukes have been flying not far from you, so you've been ducking.
Nukes?
Yeah,
Like
man.
me?
Yeah, man. That's where they fly. They fly right over you. They arch.
So far, so good.
Actually, they had a group of Lancers the other day fly over. What was it? It was in India, no, Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. These jets are so badass. They're not stealth either. They're just bad to the bone. I would not want to be underneath them when they started dropping stuff on you. It's who's moving to Iran? Oh, I did see that. That shit was hilarious. So yeah, they were in New York and they were talking to these people, and the guy said, this rich guy said, "Well, if y'all really want to go to Iran, I will pay for y'all to get a ticket." So then he looks over at him and says, "Are any of y'all LGBTQ or gay or anything like that?" And they said, "Well, yeah, all of us." So he said, "Well, look, I'll fly you first class." He said, "Well, right now you're not going to be able to land in Tehran, but I mean, in which anyway, you won't be able to land there right now because the Americans are bombing the bejesus out of it."
Right.
He said, "But as soon as the bombing stops, I'll send you over there and you can go help them rebuild and stuff." And the guy's like, "Well, that's so nice of you, and you really going to help?" I said, "Yeah, I'll even give you some money so you can get some seed money." And they're just looking at him like, wow. And you can just see this guy's smirk on his face. He said, "You do know that?" He looks over and he said, "You do know they kill gays in Iran, right?" He's like, "What?" I said, "Oh yeah, they stone you to death in public." "Oh no, they don't." He said, "Oh yes, they do." He said, "You better go catch up on the Sharia." He said, "Because they stone you to death for being gay." I was like, "Oh well," and they still wanted to go.
Crazy.
I say send them. No, what do you mean, Michael? Who? No. So Putin is helping Iran with logistics on where the bomb our stuff at. Yes, he is. And it doesn't really matter because we're helping the Ukraine to bomb the Russians. So it's kind of pity patter. It's
Oh, well, no, there's also the Ukrainians. The
God.
Ukrainians are sending advisors to the Middle East to help us against the drones.
oh God.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Yeah, let's
God.
get more idiots in. Let's get more idiots involved.
That could their involvement could help spark off. I wasn't worried about this sparking off World War III until I heard that this afternoon, that Ukraine was getting involved.
Yeah, probably Ukraine's getting over there so Russia can sneak over there and take them over. Well, Russia got the same problem the United States has got. We're running out of missiles. We're shooting $2 million missiles at $20,000 drones left and right. It's a little expensive. And so we're going to have to figure out
what
what
we
we're
need
going
to
to
do is send some warthogs over there with some phalanx or Gatling guns on front, on mini guns on front.
Well, they're talking about pulling weapons out of the Pacific Pack, but somewhere along the line they got to start replenishing this. I mean, these are interceptors. We need all the interceptors we can have, and
Well, fortunately, I think Trump was thinking ahead. I think he already had this planned. Like I said, I think he has a 4-year plan. Each year is going to be a new thing. And this year it's the war, or this anyway. But he did put into budget a bunch of missiles, so they're building missiles right now.
They better get to building, and
Who's they?
The
different companies,
government contractors that make our missiles. General Dynamics.
There's several companies that make our
GE,
missiles.
Boeing,
And we're going to probably ask the Europeans for some.
Who
We're
else
gonna say,
makes them? TRW,
Mr.
Honeywell.
European, or Mrs. European, can we have some of your missiles? And she's going to say yes because she's got the hotsies for Trump, something bad. You know, she was so funny when Trump got elected. She was such a bitch. And I mean, she just tore Trump up. And then something happened, and then they were together after Trump had done, I forgot what he had. Oh, he had ended like 6 of these wars. He just had ended them. And he went and took care of something. And he went and bombed Iran. And she goes, you know, he was the only person in the whole world that could do this and pull it off and not cause a big problem. And she was just Google out with him. So every time he does something good, she's like, well, you know, and then now you get the head of NATO. If he wasn't, you know, a guy, I'd be a little worried. I mean, he praises Trump. I loved it at the meeting. He just stood up at the meeting. He's like, look, if you think that we can survive without America, he said, you're as foolish. And then he said, you're as stupid.
Who's that? Mark Rutte?
Yeah, whoever runs NATO.
Yeah, Mark Rutte.
Yeah, he just, and then a couple weeks ago, he came out again and said some stuff about it. And he said, Trump has reformed NATO so that we will become a powerful pact that can stop anybody. And he said, if Europe listens to what he is telling you, then we will be unstoppable. If Europe becomes as powerful as the United States is, then there's no more Russia and China. There's no worry about it. Unless
I like Mark Rutte.
Goes to work for him. Then I'll be worried.
An awesome voice for peace. He doesn't. I mean, he's kind of he does love Trump a lot, but he does also really, and he does like America, which is good. Having a guy in charge of NATO that's pro-America is a good thing. Definitely a good thing.
Oh, it is nice. It is nice for somebody who loves us. It's
yeah, and I like him a lot. I think he's got a really cool accent.
I think it's the Italian prime minister likes Trump. I don't think the Spanish one does. I get them confused, but it's one of the two. And no, I don't think
the Spanish haven't really cared for America for a long time, since, you know, during and after World War II. They really haven't liked us much.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Because they owe us a shitload of money. That's why.
Yeah, but, I mean, the country's beautiful and their people like us, but their government doesn't like our government. It's weird.
Well, they're kind of liberal, aren't they? Socialist liberal. Yeah, they're kind of socialist liberal. What do you mean, Cuba? So. No, Cuba. We're going to send Leah down there as a reporter because Cuba's fixing to become a territory. Actually, they want to make Cuba a state.
Really?
Yeah, everybody.
I wouldn't mind.
Democrats and Republicans. They think both Democrats think there's more Democrats down there, and Republicans think there's more Republicans down there. But it's like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico will never be a state. Even if we start doing things like taking Iran and Venezuela and making them territories, they won't be states either. They'll just be territories.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Doomed to forever territoryhood.
Well, because you can't be bringing in outside people who don't understand America. So, you know, America is the melting pot, the assimilation pot. We're like the Borg. Everybody assimilates here. If you don't assimilate here, then you don't belong here. So it doesn't matter if you have like little Italy or little China or little whatever. None of that really matters because all those people learn to live together and they become Americans. But you do sometimes in religious groups, like certain types of Muslim groups and certain types of other groups want to stand away from it. Well, it's kind of like in Minnesota with the Somalis. You have a group of them, not all of them, but you have a group of them, about 30,000 of them, that consider America their second country and their loyalties lie there. And any money they get or anything else they get goes there. Well, now I think they're all under indictment. I think there's something like 30,000 or 31,000 indictments going to be handed out.
Wow.
I'm wondering if Tim Waltz is going to be one. Tampon Tim.
I think he will be. I think he's a shoo-in to be indicted.
Larry, they may leave him alone. I mean, he decided not to run again, and
but you know, if I was his lawyer or his political advisor, I'd say don't do that. It's going to implicate that you're guilty. So
if I was him, look, we know he spent a lot of time in China. He made many trips to China. He's probably got a big fat bankroll over there in China. Probably where him and his wife plan on retiring. Tim, it's time. Go. Hop on your little jet plane. Take your ass over there. Xi Jinping will protect you. We know
Bring
you don't
your
really have.
report.
We know you don't have any real secrets. I'm sure she knows you don't have any real secrets either. But hey, look, don't let the proverbial door hit you in the ass. Go. And take some of your moronic idiot friends with you. What do you mean? Oh, no, I was calling. So this is how I look at the Democratic Party right now. It's fractured. And I don't think it can be paired because I don't think the socialist liberals, these like the squad, are going to change. Mondani, he's who he is, you know. And the more we find out about them, the more crooked you find out. It's like Omar the other day. She's talking about how she fled from a war, and oh well, bullshit. Her family started the war. I mean, when you go back and read the history, you're like, what the fuck? What?
Her family started it?
Yeah, her family started. She didn't. She was just, you know, it was getting dangerous, so she came to America. Yeah, they were in one of the driving factors in the war. Yeah, I know. When I first heard it, I was like, nah, I don't believe it. And then I heard some congressional woman yesterday talking about it, and I was like, okay. She said it on the House floor. It's probably legit.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Frank, you can say anything on the House floor. You're safe. You can say anything about anybody or anything on the House floor, and you cannot be sued. No, you cannot be. Yeah, no, it's the way it works. Now, you take that same comment, you leave and go outside and say it, you can be. It's because everybody has a right to express themselves the way they feel like they should express themselves. Yes. Leah likes throwing shoes at people. I think she's got a little genie in her from, you know, some Arab blood.
I'll throw a little more than shoes at someone.
See, look, see, finally. No, she's not a. No, she is not a Z Jenna. God, that's just insulting.
I'm old.
No. Yeah, she is. She's like, I don't know, 140 or some shit. It's like,
no.
Well, she's like the Phoenix. You'll be talking to her, just in the dust.
Turn up, turn.
And then all of a sudden she'll fall in your coffee and she'll come back. You're like, son of a bitch, what happened here? Just go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry.
Most of society would probably consider me to be part of the millennials, but I am what I consider part of Gen Y. I'm Generation Y.
Give me the gun. Just where's my fucking gun?
Generation Y me. Why me, God?
That's right. Me generation.
Why me?
Get her now. No. Actually, in reality, she's a millennial, but she really acts more like an X-Gen. She's more because X-Gen is a feral. X-Gen is like Mom said, get the fuck outside and go play. Don't come back till it's dark. Yeah, you know what? Even maybe a little after dark. Be cool, stay out of trouble. That's it. Oh, you may come by at lunch, get a drink.
I think that's how most people born in the early 80s are, like from 85.
Pretty much from 53 to about 86 or 7, maybe 88. That's how they were. Like, go outside. And then the 90s came with the video games, and it was over with. I spent, oh no, Frank, I spent 99% of my time out, and I fucking loved it. I'd get the bike, I'd go ride. Man, I found, you know what's great about this? I found so many shortcuts when I finally got a car to drive. Shortcutting all over the place because I already explored all these places. Oh, we'd ride down French Quarter. We're 15 years old, ride down Bourbon Street and stuff. Oh, we had a great time. We go to the parks. It was great growing up. We went all over, seeing all kind of stuff. It was just fun. Today, even my son.
Driving's a chore nowadays. There's just too many.
Even my son, he's a millennial. He didn't, he wasn't. He liked his games. He liked, screw you, leave me alone, people. And he's married with 11 kids now, so he ain't doing nothing but staying at home.
What do you mean 11 kids?
11 kids, man. 1 year apart.
How? Poor lady.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Dude, was he Catholic?
Well, no, he got 3 stepkids. 2 says 14 total.
Oh,
that's Mormon. That's Mormon if they have 14.
Yeah, I told him he was no longer allowed at my house.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
keep the herd away from my house.
Means you probably got a holiday or a birthday to celebrate every single month. You're single-handedly You're single-handedly holding up the American economy with all
I
of
told him.
your family's birthdays.
I told him stop having kids. There's not going to be no inheritance left.
Imagine if they were all born in the same
Yeah.
month, though.
Well, it's kind of odd. All the guys, and going back for like 1,100 years, all of us are born in January. All of us. All of us are Aquarians. We're all born in January. It's freaky weird. And
Weird.
half of us are named Joseph. It's even more than half, actually.
What's the other half? Josephina?
It might be. You never know. It's well, those girls too. It's just a weird. Oh well, we found it by accident. We were doing our DNA, doing searching our ancestry. Well, because this is touch how strange the universe is. So both Linda and I have royalty, pretty serious royalty in our lineage, but on the other side, she has Sicilians, which is pretty much the Sicilian mob. And I was kind of like wherever the crazy berserkers or Vikings. So apparently we had a dark side. It was kind of saying, you never know which side you come from. Which one is what is the one inside of you driving you? Is it the one that thinks they're royalty? Is the one that's going to kick you in and take your woman and go?
I found out that I traced my genealogy so far back. Like I traced it to Roman Emperor Constantine. It's a great grandpa or something like that. Like however many greats it takes to get back to like
more than
the
more
BC
than
years.
That's thousands of years ago.
He's probably related to about 10% of the planet. Genghis Khan's probably related to about 15%, maybe 20.
Yeah.
But even he's not related like that guy who was going around with the 1,000 children. I mean, I was thinking, Jesus, dude, calm down. No, and what do you mean? No, Mark.
What do you guys think about what do you guys think of the conspiracy that Jeffrey Epstein was using genealogy or gene modification technology to put his DNA in the COVID jabs?
You never know what Epstein was
He
up
was
to.
dead before COVID, so I bullshit.
Yeah, he was 2019.
Like he had an obsession with. He had an obsession with, like, trying to create a superior race of beings that were like he was like the patriarch.
But we lost you for a second.
I don't know. There's a conspiracy going around.
2017,
There's a conspiracy.
Right?
There's a conspiracy going around that he figured like he was in cahoots with specific world leaders that had control of the manufacturing of the mRNA or whatever.
No doubt that he no doubt he had.
There's
friends
like parts of his DNA in it.
No, I don't think he had friends quite that high up, but
well, did Fauci ever get to the island?
Dude, of course. Okay, so check this out. Of course he had ties that high up because Ghislaine Maxwell, guess who her sister's married to?
I have no idea.
Fauci. Fauci's wife is Ghislaine Maxwell's sister.
I don't think you had to worry about that. I think she blue jayed herself all the way up to where she needed to be. Guys liked her for some reason.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's kind of. Clinton said when she was young, she was very sexy. What's his name? Dershowitz, who said he never even said anything, said when he first met her, she stood out as a very handsome woman amongst other women.
But I don't think she's attractive looking at all.
Well, I don't either, because that's not my type of woman. I'd be like, bitch, first you gotta grow some hair. Secondly, you kind of look funky and skanky looking. It's kind of stretched out. And anyway, no, Jack. First time I would have seen her, I would have my arms would have just went wing, 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 wing. What is wrong with this bitch? I don't know what you want to call it.
There's all these ties.
there's all these ties. Like I just watched a hearing, like a Congress hearing with what was his name? Something White House, like Senator. I don't remember his first
Oh, I know who
name. I
you're
think it was
talking
Scott. Scott Whitehouse, I think was his name, or something like that. And he was breaking down all of the connections, going all the way back to when Epstein was like failing college, basically, like dropped out of university, ended up getting a star role in some financier company and working his way up the ladder that way and getting connected with, you know, Robert Maxwell, who owned a publishing company and published all the textbooks for the North American continent, for like public school systems. But they drew all the connections dating all the way back that aligned Epstein with Russian spies and the Russian government, and how basically they were doing underhanded deals, like blackmail stuff for Russia, for the benefit of Russia, in against all of these U.S. politicians, like, you know, big names, you know, super rich people.
Well, one of the
But
documents said he
basically,
worked. One of them said he worked for Netanyahu.
but
Yeah.
That's who most people think
Or
he
he
worked
was
for. Was
most
that
odd
he
even.
had, okay, it wasn't necessarily directly Netanyahu, but Ehud Barak, which I think was the prime minister before Netanyahu was. So of course he's got ties to Netanyahu, but he goes way back. He predates ties with Israel before Netanyahu was put in power.
no. He was supposedly recruited. What do they call themselves? SRN or, you know, whatever the fuck
What's
they
that?
call themselves. He was recruited by them because when they got to him, he was nothing. He had nothing.
Right.
He was a complete and utter failure. And everybody wondered about that. All the people around him in circles wondered how he went from basically almost living on the street to, I have condos, I have apartments, I have homes, I own an island, I'm jet set.
Because he was getting financed by blackmailers in the Russian and Israeli government.
Well, we know who some of the people were who were paying him money, and it was some of the I guess we'll call them predators for lack of a better word. But
You want to hear?
they were paying him a lot of money, and the Israelis were paying the Russians used him, but he wasn't the only one. The CIA used him too. So the problem here is he was, and what bothered me about all of this is he was a known asset, a known agent, but yet people still fucked with him. I mean, important people still fucked with him because a lot of people wouldn't have known he was an agent, but he was, and I wouldn't even, you always say double agent, he's a fucking triple agent, and
they've been burying, burying their own wrongdoings and their own, like evil actions. Well, did you hear like what caused a rift between Epstein and Trump back in like the 90s? It had to do with the Palm Beach property that they both put a bid on, Trump and Epstein, and Trump outbid Epstein and ended up basically purchasing this Palm Beach property worth like a bunch of money. And I think it was like $300 something million that he then turned around and sold for like double that to some Russian oligarch. I think Dmitry something. I don't remember his last name, but Dmitry, the guy that Trump sold the property to, never even moved into it, and he sold it for even more money.
Yeah,
and so. Well, that's money. It's just money funneling. But anyway, it pissed Epstein off, and that's why him and Epstein had a falling out.
No, they didn't. Supposedly. They didn't have a falling out. No, they had a falling out. So it was much later than that. It was in the 2000s. They had a falling out because he tried to traffic one of Trump's girls from Mar-a-Lago, and they caught it on fucking camera, and he was pissed. And he told him, "You are not allowed here anymore. You are banned from Mar-a-Lago. You will never come back on my property again, and we will not talk about it." And then,
wouldn't that be like the pot calling the kettle black?
Wait, 2.5 years later, Trump called the Florida police and told him what Epstein was, and what Giselle was. So he wasn't doing anything illegal because he wouldn't have sold himself out. Trump's not stupid like that. Trump's a lot of things, but he ain't stupid. He's not going to put himself where he's going to go to jail.
Well,
So he
I
played
believe
it right the way he should. Right.
I believe the survivors.
You should believe the survivors, and every survivor said Trump didn't have anything to do with it. Nothing.
That's not true. There were depositions from victims saying that.
That's not true. So let's just clarify this right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what all went down. All the victims, and they even went on NBC and CBS and said this, and you go look for yourself. Caitlin Collins she thought she had Trump, and she asked them and the ones in the audience, and they were no, he did not. He was never seen with anybody. What's her name? That Virginia girl, they said, oh, she did that. Virginia gave it sworn deposition that never happened ever. So all of that shit was bullshit. So right off the bat, and there's nowhere in the Epstein files does Epstein ever talk about Trump with any girls ever. And there's no pictures or anything else. There's pictures with a lot of other people with young girls, but there's none with Trump. The only thing that Trump was ever accused of in 2020, a guy who said he was with this girl that Trump and Epstein raped, it brought it to the FBI. The FBI checked it out. Remember, this was Joe Biden's FBI that checked it out. It was actually both FBIs that checked it out. And they both came to the same conclusion. It was absolute total bullshit. And if Epstein would have had, and remember, if Epstein would have had this on Trump, because he was in jail when Trump was president, if he would have had this on Trump, he wouldn't have been in jail. It's that simple.
So that statement came from Trump's personal driver, who said that he personally witnessed what went down in the back of the car, and one of the victims who confided in him told him that other stuff that happened, and was accusing Trump of basically raping her as a 13-year-old child. And there was another instance where a victim put in a statement saying that Trump raped her on multiple occasions. She got pregnant. They basically kept her hostage until the baby was old enough.
That story you're saying right now? They've also said that about Bill Clinton and about 9 other people.
No, I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet.
You can take that because it's a bullshit story.
Well, there is no one.
No,
the story says that.
So it doesn't matter what the story says. If you can't stand up in front of a Congress right now and say, hey, this man did this to me, then it's bullshit. It's that simple.
Well, she ended up dead. What I'm saying is there was a victim.
But no, she was dead. Okay,
Trump
look, you're mixing stuff up.
Basically getting her pregnant and then taking the fetus after it was born and throwing it into Lake Michigan off of a yacht.
There is nowhere in any files in Epstein's that says that whatsoever, because the Democrats would have already filed for impeachment. So you already know that's bullshit. No Democrat anywhere. No Democrat anywhere has come out and said that. None. We monitor the files every day.
I've been watching this. It's all over the news. It's not news, not anything mainstream, but podcasters all over the internet have been talking about these files. Ian Carroll, they're reputable. They're more reputable than mainstream media anymore.
If you're not broadcasting where you're monitored on the FM or AM frequencies, you're bullshit.
That's all Project Mockingbird bullshit. It's all scripted. So they're all saying the same shit.
Look, we already know. See, this is what the real problem is here. We already know. All this has already been talked about. All this has already been seen back in 2020. This isn't anything new. There's nothing in here that incriminates the president with any evidence. Hearsay is hearsay. And it wasn't the guy. It wasn't the driver. It was her boyfriend who said it. He said it. He said he was there when it happened. 20 years. He waited 20 years to report this. And she didn't report it. He reported it. And they waited 20 years. And just before the election, he reported it. Yeah, that's not going to fly in any court anywhere.
So why do you think they're so? Okay, so what was with the deal with them being like, oh, we've got tens of thousands of files that are sitting on my desk, waiting for me to, release them to the public.
They put out right now.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, there are no files. The files were a Democratic hoax. Everything the files don't exist, and they stuck with that for a while, which was a fraction of the total files. Like
Okay, that's
they
not true.
completely.
So that's three
There's
million.
still like 3 million
500,000.
files left to release.
Yeah, but they're not Epstein's. They're Gazelle's. They have nothing to do with Epstein. These are her files.
Yeah,
You
everything
can't
is.
you can't use the same order you use for his files to
Her
get
3
her
million
files.
files are sealed.
There's not 7 million files on Epstein. I don't even know why people even think that. The government would even done that. It'd have been delete.
And I don't
It's,
know why they're giving Ghislaine Maxwell special treatment, like sending
then
her
you
to a
have to
minimum security prison and giving her a puppy. Like,
because she's
you
giving
know,
them
let
information.
she's pleading the fifth. So
Nah,
Trump,
but she's publicly
give
pleading the fifth because she don't want to
Lewinsky.
get killed. No, she's publicly pleading the fifth. But they're going after people, and they wouldn't be going after people unless they had some kind of evidence other than those files. The files are almost useless because Epstein is dead, and so far, none of the witnesses are willing to stand in front of a judge. None.
You need corroborative evidence to
Yeah,
get.
so you
where they're going.
can't. There's nothing you can do, and if somebody says something, and then the witness says, "Well, I'm not going to get up there," then everybody's now vulnerable to be sued. It's
I
not.
don't
It's
know.
a
I am not.
fucking mess.
I
So wait, just to put this
I
in
believe
perspective,
the
look at it
hype.
like this. In England, they're going after people, but they're not going after them for pedophilia. They're going after them for treason and other things because they know they can't get them on the pedophilia because, well, fucking Epstein is dead. And you can trust paperwork to an extent, but
I think that's a bullshit ass lie.
so,
You know,
and
like
know this.
Luc Besson, the fashion mogul from the 80s and 90s, who was gallivanting around the globe with underage models and divvying them out to all his
Epstein is dead,
millionaire friends.
No,
Luc
whoever he
Besson,
worked for,
he ended up dying in prison, hung. They found him hung from his in his jail cell. That if they were to find Epstein hung with like hung, like that's how he died, then we'd all be like, okay, Epstein's dead. But for years now, there's been an ongoing just knowing that Epstein didn't kill himself. Like he is, I don't believe he's dead.
I don't think he did kill him. I think Hillary put a hit on him and made sure he was fucking dead. Hillary isn't. First off,
they did.
Hillary is not letting Epstein out. If you honestly think that Hillary Clinton is going to let Epstein anywhere in public where she could do damage, he could do damage to her or her husband, you're fucking crazy. That's why they call her Hillary. It wouldn't even be her first time. She's been investigated for over 90 fucking people's deaths. She would kill him. She's not going to put up with it, and she had access to him.
So that's
and not just him.
Luc Besson is a.
He had too many enemies.
Film
the only
director.
place, technically, he said this himself, by the way, while he was in jail. Jail was probably the safest place for him, which of course it wasn't. But
there was a French fashion designer that had ties with like Victoria's Secret, and I don't remember his name, but he died in prison. He was found hung. There was.
Whoops. Hello.
With Epstein, there was they were manipulating the video footage. There was whole chunks of the video evidence missing from the cell block.
1 minute.
That's enough time to sneak somebody around the corner.
There's plenty of time to sneak somebody in the corner. And Trump was president when this happened. It was on his watch. It was the end of his watch, but it was on his watch.
Right. How convenient. Let my buddy in chief,
that's
I got all the dibs. I've got all the news on him.
It's not really who Trump's style. Trump tends to like to humiliate people. That's why he turned Epstein in, because he knew he'd be humiliated.
Think Trump is the kind of person that would throw a newborn fetus off of a yacht in Lake Michigan to try and cover his tracks.
Have you ever seen him with his grandkids? You're nuts. He is not like that. Look, first off, he's planning on making one of his granddaughters president one day, but that's not how he is. You can tell. Look at the kids around him. Look at the kids in his family. They love him. They're all jumping on him, hollering. That's not any guy who sit there and let 5, 6, 7, 8 kids pile on, knock him over. That's not the kind of person that's going to do that. That's not who he is. He is truly the guy who wants to change our country, and he has been doing. He's dragging out. He drug out the Kennedy files. He's dragging out the UFO files. He's dragging out the Epstein files. Because let's not forget, Joe Biden had these files for 4 years and didn't do shit with them. So in the end, Trump's the one who brought them out. naming it or not. He brought him out. So I mean, it's hard to hate. And then you find out he's the guy who turned Epstein in. It's even hard to get on him when you find out how it went down. You know, I mean, he's definitely took himself and stood himself apart from all the rest of the Democrats in this country and Republicans for that matter. He wants to leave a legacy. He's kind of like,
he's already done it.
Yeah, he has, but he wants to leave a bigger legacy.
No, yeah, he
Like
done
bombing like 10 countries already this year.
Oh, get the hell out of here! First, we don't
yeah,
even talk about that. He's bombed Iran, and he didn't really bomb anything other than that. He went over and took the guy out of Venezuela. They didn't really do any harm there. They used what was it, a whatchamacallit weapon? It interferes with your eyes and your ears and all. What the hell they call it?
Ultra.
Yeah, ultra.
ultra
High. It's a high ultra frequency weapon. But that's what they used. They didn't even bomb them. They see that.
Some ordinance was expended.
Now we are bombing the shit out of them boats that are carrying fentanyl all over the place. I'm getting a kick out of watching that.
When they went into the city after Maduro, some ordinance was expended. There's at least a couple explosions on the city that came from the air, from our fire.
I'm glad they blew something up. It's but in the end, that's the only thing
We
he's
shoot
done.
some stuff down.
So let's talk about Uncle Obama. Obama was in 8 countries, 260,000 dead, most of them men, women, and children.
Yeah. Let me go let this bleeding kitty at Ken.
It's what Kirby Obama started 7 different wars. He bombed Syria into the fucking Stone Age. Oh yes, he bombed him into the Stone Age. But it was worse than that because Obama was just launching drone attacks every day. And the bad part is, and they've already proved this, and the majority of people he killed were women and children.
All I have to say about what's going on right now in Iran, like, I don't disagree with the fact that they definitely were like in the wrong. Like, Iran is out there killing innocent civilians on the streets. Before the supreme leader or whatever was taken out, he was on film, like on video, talking about how even if you're out there in the streets, like helping the protesters, like providing them with water or aid, you're going to get shot down dead. And yes, I mean, it's like the amount of people that had been mercilessly killed in Iran in such a short amount of time, I think was enough justification to do what has been done to them recently.
Well, they're saying 30,000 were killed when they went out in the street when Trump went and blew up the nuclear stuff. They're saying roughly about 30,000 killed. Well, I don't know who's giving us those numbers because Iran's going to blow up the numbers. It's like Iran said we killed 150 children when we blew up the school. We did kill children in school, but it was about 70, I think it was what the actual amount was. But that's because they were hiding weapons in the building. And we don't know what's in the building. So, and Iran's famous for not just them, do you know almost every Muslim fighter out there will use children as a place to hide behind, or hospitals or schools.
Or an old person or a woman.
Yeah, it's the most cowardly group of people I've ever seen. Americans wouldn't do that. They would just shoot you out of it and be done with it.
But I disagree with what a lot of people say. Oh, it's justified. It's justified. Yeah, I mean, but it's overdue. It's past due. I've been saying, bomb the shit out of them since the 80s when this first happened. Because I was a kid, but I still was aware of this event. 79 through 444 days of Carter's administration, and then I was of the thinking back then, either go in there now, and Carter tried, but his generals, they used the wrong equipment. We should have, with UN forces and our friends, our allies backing us, we should have all Polish firing squad at Iran back then. Yeah, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Iran would be a friendly, peaceful, productive country.
Kennedy argued with this Democratic senator, and I posted on her page. I'm like, look, you're saying we needed more peace. I said, we've been talking peace for 40 years. What has this got us? They've almost got a nuke. That's what it's got us. And the same thing with the Brits. She was going on and on. I said, look, you're full of shit. I said, we've been talking to Iran for 47 years. I mean, it's time. And every president since Kennedy said we needed to do something about him, or actually since after Kennedy said we needed to do something about it, and nobody did, but then Trump went and did it. And not just didn't start a big war, didn't even drag our allies into it. Told our allies, why don't you sit at home and take care of your own self?
Reagan should have bombed the snot out of him the day he got our hostages back. As soon as their feet struck American soil, bam, he should have dropped bombs on them.
Made them, what do they call them? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Leah. Go ahead.
Before I go, I have to go to sleep. Liam's getting fussy over here. But what do you guys what do you guys feel about this whole other conspiracy that this is all the plan the whole while to bring about Armageddon? Like this is like biblical prophecy, and you know they're basically trying to bring about Armageddon, like the biblical like Armageddon.
Well, they're doing a piss poor job of it is all I can say.
Yeah, that sounds bullhunkery. They're doing a crap job of it.
So when you think about Armageddon,
it's the only fanatics,
but this is my question when it comes to Armageddon. You know, it's like when people say we need to get rid of half the population or more, and because of the rich people. Well, the rich people need the 8 billion. They need their servants and their slaves and everything else that they need, because they need a lot. You know, one billionaire takes a lot of people to take care of them, probably 500,000 or so. So anyway, if you kill off 4 billion people, you're going to have a fundamental issue right there. Who's going to fly the planes? Who's going to work the boats? And I mean, how are you going to judge who you're going to kill off? Because a lot of these people are going to be needed for different things.
Yeah, and we're already lacking in traditional, like the arts, like the building arts and the electrical arts and the industrial arts.
Yeah, but there's even a worse. There's even a worse. But there's even a worse problem. Who wants to, do you want to live underground for decades and eons? Let me tell you something. Vladimir Putin likes where he lives. He don't want to live underground. You think Xi Jinping wants to live in a world full of radiation? You think actually Putin or Trump or any, for that matter, even the radical leaders, except for maybe the Ayatollah, do they want to live in a world full of radiation? No, the fuck they don't. None of us want to. None of us do. That's why.
Well,
Putin
they wouldn't have to because they've got their own little underground cities all over the place.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't want to live in underground cities. Underground cities suck. Who wants to live in? That's what I was just saying. Who wants to live in an underground city? I'm sure they're really nice and fancy and everything these days. Probably got artificial sunlight, all kind of wonderful thing, and those fake windows that all have plants and all, and stuff out you can see outside with and shit. AI probably these days, but it's not real. It's not the same thing as picking a flower, smelling the grass, walking the rain, sitting and watching a thunderstorm. It's not the same thing. And all these guys we're talking about are old. They're used to this. They're set in their ways. They don't want to see this happen. They all want to win, all of them. But in reality, they all know they can't. Without ending the world, they can't. And the funny part is, for the most part, the northern hemisphere would take the bulk of the damage. The majority of people live up here anyway. About 5 or 6 billion of us living up here. So really, you wipe out the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere could make it, and then more people would grow, and eventually the northern hemisphere would heal itself, and you'd have a planet. But nobody wants that. Look, you can go. So there's other things now. You can go to Mars. So as an old person, if you go to Mars, so you move to Mars, right? Mars has got problems. It's got high pressure, crush you to death, low gravity, but it's good for old people. Good
on the bones.
First day you get there, your arthritis just goes away. You're like,
well, I would say probably it takes a couple of days, maybe a week or more.
Well, no, what the doctor said is you'll still have artificial pain because your body will still be sending signals, but the actual pain will actually not be there. He said, because the very first day, because it's only 1/6, he said you'll get a gap about like this between your cords. He said,
pain will relieve, yeah.
So he said you won't feel it. And he said, plus, he said you don't have to take high blood pressure medicines. A lot of those thinners and stuff. He said your heart will instantly be like, wow, I don't even have to work, man. It's like, they don't have to be slowing itself down. And there's other benefits besides that. Also, because you don't constantly have gravity pulling on you. Some wrinkles will recede, other organs will rejuvenate because they won't have that kind. Gravity is a death wish. Folks.
Well,
you can tell we're not
leave,
designed for this planet because gravity murders us. I mean,
I was going to say, immediately when you leave the Earth's atmosphere, you're going to be going to Mars for several weeks. You're going to have the gaps in your bones like within minutes of leaving Earth's gravity. And then once you get beyond the moon, you're going to grow probably 3 inches. In other words, you're going to grow at least 2 inches once you leave the atmosphere. Yeah. But then you may grow another inch or so once you leave, the atmosphere, the gravity atmosphere of the Earth and the moon combined. And you get into that little space in between where the gravity's a little weaker, you may grow another inch. And then by the time you've gotten to Mars, it's going to be a few weeks. Your arthritis will be gone. You won't have arthritis before you get there because you won't have the strain and stress of Earth's gravity on you.
It's what's that, Jimmy? It'll definitely be different. You'll definitely feel different. Well, for young people,
probably look at least 20 years younger, I would think.
For young people, no, they need to stay here on Earth. I mean, it's not really good for people. You get bone degradation. That's why on long missions in space, they make you get on the different things, the treadmills and stuff, and they tie you down so you have to force to use your muscles because you'll get muscle atrophy. Matter of fact, just retiring gave me muscle atrophy because I'm not walking up and down stairs all day long like I used to, checking properties and stuff. So my legs aren't getting a constant exercise. Yes, I've had to go back to walking just to make them, act normal. They're like, what the hell is this, man? Did we like completely retire? What the hell? How long do I think the war in Iran is going to last?
Well, I got an update for you in that respect. Let me find it. Where did I close it already? Damn it! I think I did. No, here we go. Live updates. This is from CNN, though. It says that Trump says now at this point, and this came out 21 minutes ago, no deal with Iran until unconditional surrender. So he was still spouting, if you give up now and drop your arms now, we'll give you immunity, and you can live. But if not, it's certain death. So now it's unconditional surrender, 100%.
Well, I think that has to do with their guard, their special guard.
They're not giving up, so somebody's still in charge. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they got together and said they're going to start running things and picking targets and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be part of the problem right there. And no, Jimmy. Whatever they call their guard, they don't want to give up. What do they have left? Are they going to go to prison? Most of them should be trying to figure out how to get their way out of Iran.
Well, he was offering immunity. They weren't going to go to prison for any of what they did, as long as they put down their arms. But now they're. But I think it shows that there's still a bit of strength still in their government. Whatever's left. We've killed over 50 of their strong leadership. We've killed most of the successors to the Ayatollah.
Whoa.
We've killed the Ayatollah's kid. So I think what's going to happen is most of the militant groups are going to get destroyed. They were just going to swath through them.
Well, I mean, we're hearing about Hezbollah and all of them, and they're trying to get involved in the Houthis.
We got to get those guys too, yeah. And then Israelis on the front with most of that. I don't think they've attacked Hezbollah yet, but they've been steadily bombing Beirut in Lebanon.
Well, no, I mean the terrorist groups came out and started bombing people who were bombing Iran.
Oh,
yeah, that's it, because Iran's the one who sponsors them.
Right.
So so they're out there doing that, and then it's like the Strait of Hormuz. They want to try to take it, but then Trump put a big dent in their plan when he went and blew up their boat factory and their boats.
Well, like 30 plus boats are at the bottom of the Persian Gulf right now.
Yeah, but they said he had 100, so they're not seeing any. So they must have got more than that.
Well, I'll bet you the other what's left 70 are probably back at port, or they're outside the Persian Gulf, away from any other navy.
Nah, if they I didn't realize this. So our way we do things now is so much more advanced than it was even in our when we were in Iraq. So I noticed something. when we sunk the ship it was coming back from a thing in India, right? We seen it in India. On the other side the world, we knew where it was.
Yeah.
And we waited for it to come to where it was, and then we sank it.
And it wasn't in the combat zone, yeah.
We could have sank it over there, but we didn't want to fly a cruise missile over like 3 countries.
Well, plus international waters, we probably might have gotten a little bit of flack for that. You wait till it's in the combat zone, and boom, later. But the other good news is also for the first time in what did they say, 78 years, 82 years, a submarine was sunk with a torpedo and they only used a Mark 48. The admiral said, "Oh, why wouldn't they?" Well,
they sunk that. They sunk what was it? Not a destroyer. It was a big ship, whatever it was. You see it when it hits it. It blows from like the center stack all the way to the back. Just that's what it does. It doesn't hit it. It must hit it behind the conning tower because it's the way that it's like blow. Anyway, it blows a whole back and freaking boat up with the engines. It's gone. I mean, it's just gone. Thank God that wasn't a nuclear powered boat. No, see, see, Iran had made their navy because they were going to fight us in a certain way. But then our Navy decided we weren't going to get close to them and let them fight the way they wanted to. We were just going to sit outside out of range and shoot tomahawks at them.
I think I found it. I'll be right back.
Okay. No, tomahawk missiles. Trump loves them freaking tomahawks. I mean, Bomber did too. I mean, they're a great missile. They can cruise about 50 feet off the ground. Oh, yeah. Cruising right along. Radar don't see them. Next thing you know, well, now they're building a hypersonic version of the cruise missile. Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of hypersonic missiles now, but I don't know. I don't find that impressive. Well, to be honest with you, when you talk about ballistic missiles, they're hypersonic. So when our missiles when you shoot a ballistic missile coming to us, it's doing about Mach 25, Mach 27. As it's coming down, dropping its MERV. What do you mean? No, MERV is multiple warheads. That's what it means. So when you hear somebody talking about a MERV missile, it means it has more than one warhead. It could be anywhere from 5 to most I've ever heard is 25. Sometimes some of the ones on our subs carry up to 16. 16 warheads is they're probably 25 kilotons, megatons. Yeah, that's serious. That's enough to take out a 10 block area just and then take out some more damage. What you got for us, Uncle?
There we are. Okay, this is the.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
it didn't hit it amidships, unfortunately, but it still hit it.
Yeah, right behind the tower. It looks like.
No, it hit way aft. Watch the aft section. Boom!
Oh, yeah, it did, man. I almost missed.
Boom! Right in the screws. Hit it right in the screws.
Fuck! It almost missed, man.
Yeah, and look at it starting to lean back. It's like, we're going
down. Maybe they were trying to. Oh shit! I hope they weren't trying to disable it. We'll just shoot the screws off and it'll be okay. No, man, you blew the whole back of the ship.
They blew the whole back of the ship off of it.
Oh shit!
Unbelievable.
Well, Denise, the ship can survive that as long as they get all their doors shut and there's no holes anywhere else. Yeah, it can't go anywhere. It'll just float.
Yeah, if you saw the back half of that boat it looked like it had a helipad on it. That all went to the bottom. There was that ship's done.
Well,
they gave maneuver.
It was kind of like they called it as close to an aircraft carrier as Iran could have. So originally it was a drone ship. It was what did they call it? They had a name for it.
Drone carrier.
No, they actually had a cool name for it. They were talking about it today, and it just went right out of my head. But anyway, they had it, and then they decided to extend the deck so they could launch helicopters off it. So they can launch drones and helicopters off it. Of course, not now. They can't do anything with it because we sent it, adios amigos. And last I had heard, we had sunk 11 of their ships. Either sunk 11 or they were sitting in port smoking. Seriously sitting in port smoking. I don't know, Denise. Wait, what is this? Where did this come from? Oh, wait, what is this? No, where we at? Hold on. Where is StreamYard? Oh, there we are.
Drone carrier explosion. Whenever you're done with yours.
Let's see. What is this? What is this? Where am I? Okay, get up there thing. I thought I put it up there and it wasn't up there. Oh, wait. Do the drone thing. Do that first. Do yours first.
Okay. All right. So check this out. This is cool as shit. So first of all, before we go anywhere, this is the carrier. You see, it's a swoop front, like the old Russian Kirovs. I don't know why. Why would you need a swoop front for drones? But anyway, drones can take off vertically. Here we go. For some reason, we lose video just before the explosion, and then badoosh. And that's on the deck. So that is probably mostly inoperable now. And it continued to burn for quite some time. I think it still was burning last time we checked.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty screwed. That one wasn't even a military ship. It was actually some type of a civilian ship that was converted.
It's a whatever it is. It's a bastardized whatever. Oh, that was the guy shooting people.
Well, no, Donnie. The reason why is because military ships have armored hulls. Because civilian ships don't. They just have regular hulls, steel hulls. You know, the worst thing they have to do is hit some waves, stay away from the icebergs and shit like that. But military ships have to take, hits from weapons of all sorts of kinds. Yeah. Well, World War II ships, some of them had plating. I mean, like this. You'd be one big, 20.
Well, it's the equivalent of a vault door. Like, have you ever seen it? You ever go to a bank?
This was ridiculous, man.
Something that thick.
So anywhere there was a magazine or around the engines, it was like 18 inches. It was insane. You know how these things had to weigh tons and tons. They were huge. Well, they had them huge guns on them. Well, most people don't realize when you see destroyers and battleships, those guns were mainly used for bombing the shit out of people on shore. They did use them to shoot at each other, but mainly they used them, because it's a no-win scenario. If you line up two destroyers and each one gets a couple of rounds off from all of 9 and 12 of its guns, you're going to both sink. Especially if you hit it or somewhere along the borderline, you're going to sink. And if you get a second volley, there's no doubt that you're going to sink.
And the thing also with those guns is you want to hit on the broadsides, but luckily we had the guns on turrets. You want to be coming that way when you hit them, and that's hard to do with a boat that's 3,000 feet long.
Yeah, so it's. Well, no, those guns were just designed to beat the living shit out of stuff. That's what they were designed for. They're designed just
long range bombardment, 100%.
Yeah, they can be up to 20 miles away. Just
they're essentially they're launching a projectile about the size and weight of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, and it just hit
miles in the air.
Some of them had explosive charges. Some didn't. Usually, a lot of times they were just a big hunk of steel.
You gotta.
I don't know if they had titanium.
As a Volkswagen Beetle hit your building, it's going to knock it down. You don't need any extra explosives. It's going to bring it down.
Oh no, we didn't have depleted uranium back then. No, sorry, dude. That's something we had back then.
Korean Wars when that first is deployed.
Yeah, we didn't have it back then. I don't think we should use it today because it's contaminated, but we still do.
Those are not on tanks, though. I'll tell you that much. It'll burn a hole right through them.
You mean on a ground war? Is that what you're talking about? So this is the thing with Iran. Iraq kicked the living shit out of Iran. I mean, they kicked the living shit out of them. Depleted their army, did all kind of stuff, and then we went in right behind them and kicked the living shit out of Iraq. I mean, we weren't even trying. They were surrendering. The war hardly even got started, and they were just surrendering.
I was thinking about that earlier this week. That there are stories from the first Iraq, Desert Storm, where there are 2 or 3, just a few Americans outnumbered by 20, 30 Iraqi soldiers who show up, guns in the air, and surrendering.
We love you, America. Feed us, please. Give us the food.
Bad we blew the crap out of them. They wanted.
Well, guys, don't forget, we sat there and meticulously bombed the living shit out of Baghdad and everything around it for 6 months. And then we rolled in, which we thought the ground war was going to take some time. And it was like they hit the desert. We took more damage from our own stupid selves than we did from them. And what's even worse than, just recently we lost some planes going over Kuwait. Well, Kuwait's a fucking ally.
But
Kuwait.
they were F-16s and F-15s.
But still, Kuwait's an ally. They shouldn't be shooting at our planes.
They don't have. Clearly, they didn't get their recognition silhouettes in time.
Look, Kuwait, who saved you from Iraq? We did.
Well, that just made me think of something else. A lot of the new Russian fighters, a lot of the new Chinese fighters, kind of look like our fighters. Do you know why?
Because ours are the best.
Makes it harder for our ground troops, to identify the silhouette.
Not in today's military, you don't.
Well,
today we all got this little thing clipped on us that goes beep 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 if it's not ours. Yeah, they actually started deploying them around 98, and friendly fire is what they call them. It works. Okay, I'll be generous and say 65 to 70% of the time, because some of the, and now especially with some of the more modern guns that are coming out with that have systems on them that run off of batteries, they'll actually be built into that. So if you have the recognition, and it'll be built into your uniform or something, the gun won't fire at you. No, we already got bullets that'll go around corners. Yes, we most certainly do. We got barrels. Most people don't realize this, but you can actually bend the barrel, and everybody thinks if you do, the bullet will go out straight. No, the bullet will actually follow.
There's already a system in place. I believe the Swiss Army and the Swiss police use it. And I think it's a Fabrique Nationale. I think it's made by.
All I know the Army's got what they call it looks around the corners. No, it's a gun that looks and shoots around the corners. And we've got a bullet that's a heat seeker. Well, there's supposed to have another kind besides that.
Our military is at least the ground troops are probably minimum generation 6 night vision scopes, which allows them to look through most concrete walls up to about a foot thick. They can see through most clothing, and they can see if you have a gun, and they can see where your heart and your brain are. So they can shoot you through the wall, into the brain immediately through a wall. So ground cover is effectively eliminated. In our F-22, the canopy can be turned. You've seen those things on the Mission Impossible where the glass turns foggy. You can't see what's inside the room. Well, their canopy can do that. It can be clear. It can be fogged out. It can be smoked out, like black, so that it blocks out the sun. They can also turn it into a mirror. But also on the inside is, in case their helmet fails, is a heads-up display where they can still operate their missiles and things with their thought patterns rather than buttons and whistles through the canopy, which is very, very cool. The canopy idea probably came from the sport model of Bob Lazar fame.
Frank, we do have F-22s over there. I was surprised we never send them bitches overseas.
Yeah, you said they wouldn't. They're over there now.
Yeah, they're over there. They never send them over. They every once in a while they'll send them to like an air show, but they because we lose one in combat somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of shit in them things.
Gets a hold of it, yeah. The canopy alone would set most people's armies forward at least 100 years.
Well, they have this really wild sensor package built into them, and none of our other planes have it yet. It's not true. So the 47 has it, and the one that the Navy had flying around today, they're going to fly over Iraq, is that new crazy ass stealth fighter thing, autonomous fighter they got.
Oh,
yeah, they got it out there. They got it deployed right now. This thing is a beast. I mean, it can pull like 9 Gs. God knows how fast it can.
There's nobody in it. Yeah, I mean, it can probably do 11 Gs.
And eventually, it's going to be part of the package that guards the F-35s or F-22s. They're going to make 3 wingmen. They're going to have one on each side, one in front, actually underneath, and away you go. No, their job is, in the end, if they have to sacrifice themselves to save the pilot.
We are so close to like building transformers. It's not even funny.
Oh, they kind of got some right now. Oh, you think? Oh no, Frank. You're talking about that stupid truck. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The bridge truck. Yeah.
No, they got that truck. It's one of the dirt show things.
Yeah.
Anyway, it comes up and it stands up and it's got some arms that come out and flame things out of its head. I guess it's.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's It's not a true transformer, Jack. No. We'll know when we have those. We're getting close. We got a lot of our technologies are getting wickedly bad right now.
Yeah, I saw a video some guy made. It's a sports car, Italian sports car, and it's the same thing as the truck. It's standing up and it goes. It takes forever to train, but when it finally gets down, a guy and a girl get in and drive off on it. But it functions at least in that respect. You can drive it like a regular car, but as a robot, it's just a statue. It doesn't move.
You never know. There might be some guns in his belly.
It eliminates a lot of parking hassle. That's for one thing.
Yeah, that's true. Let me just.
You have to wait for the car in front of you to move before you can transform back into a car.
Okay, what is this we got going on here? Beautiful.
We missed our first break, by the way.
Yeah, I know we skipped it. I had seen it, but it was like 15 minutes after I seen it. Said, hell with it.
Beautiful, strong plastic bags that could carry a bowling ball. Now they give us weak paper. One drop of rain and your groceries are on the sidewalk. They say it's for the planet, but paper comes from trees. So we cut down forests for bags that last 5 minutes. Bring back plastic. Save the trees. Liberal logic is amazing. They give you a paper cup to save the turtles. Nice. But look at the top. A giant plastic lid. More plastic in the lid than 10 straws. But I have to drink from wet cardboard? It's disgusting. Liberals love their electric cars. They scream zero emissions. I am saving the world. But I have a question. Where do you think the electricity comes from? Magic? It comes from coal. Beautiful, clean coal and natural gas. So you are driving a coal-powered car with a very long extension cord. Remember plastic bags? Beautiful.
That's funny.
I just want to start off by saying you can't be an illegal person on land that was stolen in the first place.
Hold on a second. Give me a break. You're sitting inside a fortress, okay? Huge mansions, armed guards, giant metal gates keeping everyone out. Are you seriously telling me that if some random guy jumps your fancy fence, you're just going to invite him in? You wouldn't dial 911 immediately because, oh, this land is stolen anyway?
Are you crazy? Obviously, if an intruder breaks into my house, the authorities get involved.
Exactly. Look at that. The second it's your own backyard, suddenly you're the biggest fan of strong borders and law enforcement. These out-of-touch Hollywood phonies have zero clue what real Americans go through. When millions of undocumented folks flood in and housing costs explode, do they care? No, they're safe in their Beverly Hills bunkers. They aren't stressing over public classrooms packing 40 kids to a room because little Timmy goes to a private academy. And when local hospitals go bankrupt, covering uninsured medical bills, causing your premiums to skyrocket, it doesn't affect them at all.
To hell with ICE.
Their only real job is pushing their albums. So they stand up there, desperate for applause, just parroting the same radical left nonsense to get a quick cheer. I tuned in hoping to hear some decent songs, but it's just a pathetic political circus.
I just want to start off.
Did you see that? ICE arrested a 5-year-old coming home from preschool and used him as human bait. What's wrong with these people?
No, Abdul Jamal. ICE has now babysat more kids in Minneapolis than your Somali daycares.
What?
Anyway, call your sister. Your wife, Ilhan Omar. I want to talk to her.
Hello, Ilhan baby.
Hello, Dad. Is that you?
Oh, hey there, little one. Where is your mother?
She is upstairs with Uncle Tim.
What? But we don't have any relatives named Tim. Is that Tim Walls? Wait, what is your mother is doing upstairs with Uncle Tim?
I don't know, Dad.
Okay, baby girl. Look, go upstairs. Knock on the door and tell Mom that Dad has returned from the office.
Okay, Daddy.
A few moments later.
Hey, what happened?
Daddy, when I told her, she runs out of her room and fell downstairs, and now she's not responding.
And what about Uncle Tim?
Uncle Tim jumped out of the window into the swimming pool, but you emptied the pool 2 days ago, so I think Uncle Tim died jumping in it.
But we don't have a pool. Wait. Is it 462?
No, this is 463.
Whoops. Sorry, wrong number.
Oh!
Did you see that? I
want one of these. I gotta get somebody buy him his hats and send it to him.
In the proud spirit of America and in the proud spirit of our great country,
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
That's good, man.
From this angle, it looks like the Cara bird.
In 1788, when the United States was barely a country, right, it was having its sailors taken as slaves by the Barbary states, the states of the Ottoman Empire in North Africa. Tripoli.
The shores of Tripoli.
Shores of Tripoli. Ships stopped. Its crews carried off into slavery. We estimate 1.5 million European and American slaves taken between 1750 and 1815. Jefferson and Adams went to their ambassador in London and said, "Why do you do this to us? The United States has never had a quarrel with the Muslim world of any kind. We weren't in the Crusades. We weren't in the war in Spain. Why do you do this to our people and our ships? Why do you plunder and enslave our people?" And the ambassador said very plainly, Mr. Abdul Rahman said, "Because the Quran gives us permission to do so, because you are infidels." And that's our answer. And Jefferson said, "Well, in that case, I will send a navy which will crush your state," which he did. And a good thing, but too. Islamic fundamentalism is not created by American democracy. It's a lie to say so. It's a masochistic lie. And it excuses those who are the real criminals, and it blames us for the attacks made upon us. Don't have anything to do with it. In 1788,
said, yeah.
Midnight Blue Heart, bring order to your home.
that is a B-2 stealth bomber.
Holy shit.
Chief told us this thing was going to come by today and fly around the carrier. It's like a morale boost for the sailors. Not far from Iran right now. There's a lot going on. Now we have the stealth bomber flying over us, just firing us up. This thing is awesome. Look at that thing. It's so loud. I love it.
Got 4 engines on it, you know? I mean, come on.
B-2 Spirit.
That's cool.
Touch the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people leaving. People hearing it all missing. People writing songs. Their voices in Fools say now you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and
Ronaldo Trombi.
Lose you, and I don't know where I am going to.
It's good, Johnny.
I don't need a reason why they come running to the again. I'm every girl crazy about it, shine past me.
Funny.
That's pretty good.
That will be $5,000 for the rent, ma'am.
What? I thought you said illegal immigrants get free housing.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, there's the free housing you're looking for.
A tent? On the sidewalk?
By the way, did you notice that liberals cry about diversity 1,000 times, but live in neighborhoods that are 99% white? Also, why aren't the rich celebrities opening their mansions to the migrants? Why is it always the working class paying for policies that destroy them? Approximately 100% of sanctuary cities complain the moment migrants actually show up. They love the idea of open borders until it arrives at their front door. But why? Did you know that the taxes...
The true history of the Democratic Party as told through AI.
What up, America? It's Andrew Jackson, that guy you roll up to hit some powder. I founded the Democrat Party and chose the jackass as our mascot. Now, as you can probably tell, times have changed a bit from the party back in my day, and present-day Democrats will come to hate me, but that's your problem. Jackson started the Democrat Party to appeal to the common man. Democrats today sometimes give him credit for that, but only after calling him an evil white bigot. Needless to say, the party started off pretty sketchy by today's standards. We were by far the pro-slavery party all the way through the Civil War.
After the war, we cleaned up our act and supported the North's Reconstruction efforts. Totally kidding, we doubled down on racism and became the party of the Klan.
But seriously, we didn't have much of a platform after the war, except Jim Crow, but that was until our boy came in hot on his rollerblades. Then came the Depression. People lost trust in markets, so I wheeled in to drastically expand communism across the country, and Democrats been hooked ever since. Up until this point, blacks had always voted Republican as they were the party that freed the slaves. But after FDR's New Deal, blacks swung 75% Democrat. This was a complete realignment, not because of civil rights, but because of economics. All while the Democrats were still the party of the Klan, and their stronghold was the South. We pushed segregation throughout the South and filibustered the 1964 Civil Rights Act for 75 days. It wasn't until Republicans stepped up and found even more votes to pass the bill. So ask yourself, how are Democrats seen as the party of the civil rights? Well, it's because
Democrats are very persuasive. But again, it ultimately boils down to economic incentives. Once Democrats realize the power of government spending and handouts, you can appeal to any voter group and lock them in.
1, 2, 3.
Gays for Palestine.
Good luck with that.
What? Yeah.
So anyway, to sum it all up, my party has changed a shit ton, but it's not because of the mythical party switch. Democrats controlled the South all the way through the 1990s. But they did adopt new policies like massive social spending and welfare programs that allowed them to appeal to more diverse voting groups.
Got him. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, where'd he go?
find the line.
He's underneath that
These AI.
share window.
The true history of the Democratic Party as told through AI.
What up, America? It's Andrew
Yeah,
Jackson,
right
that
here,
guy you
buddy.
roll up to hit some powder.
We like Andrew actually.
Most cats are chronically dehydrated because
Oh man.
Save the trees, save the bees, save the whales, save those snails. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit. Tired. I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine. The people are fucked. Difference. The planet is fine. Compared to the people, the planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years. Do you ever think about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years. We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion. And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat, that somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just floating around the sun. The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bags and some aluminum cans are going to make a difference? The planet. The planet isn't going anywhere. We are. We're going away. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. And we won't leave much of a trace either. Thank God for that. Maybe a little styrofoam. Maybe. Little styrofoam. Planet will be here and we'll be long gone. Just another failed mutation. Just another closed-end biological mistake. An evolutionary cul-de-sac. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. A surface nuisance. Save the trees.
Let me help y'all get the house moved, Daddy.
Look at this. Seriously, look. Why do American soldiers say they would rather hear the roar of Birdie than see a fast jet racing in to save them? Because the A-10 may look ugly, but it behaves like a flying tank built to keep troops alive. The A-10 was never designed for speed or style. Its single purpose is to bring ground soldiers home. The engines sit high on the back so the aircraft can fly low and slow across the battlefield. The twin vertical tails hide the heat signature, making it extremely hard for heat-seeking missiles to lock on. Enemies can see the jet, but hitting it is another story. Its most famous feature is the enormous GAU-8 cannon, a 30mm monster longer than some compact cars. The entire nose of the aircraft was redesigned just to hold it. When the 7 barrels spin at nearly 4,000 rounds per minute, you do not hear individual shots. Birdie! You hear the legendary growl that has ended countless fights in the Middle East. The A-10 is also almost impossible to kill. During the Gulf War, one aircraft returned with more than 300 holes and still landed safely. This is why soldiers, pilots, and even members of Congress continue to fight efforts to retire it. Many jets only look powerful. The A-10 actually is. Why do American soldiers say that?
Who remembers this viral video of this atheist questioning this Christian? Check this out.
Meet the OK Up M70.
Can my friends play with you?
Vivaldi?
Yes.
It's quite difficult.
No.
No? Okay, let's try.
No, Michael, most of these are set Yes. Somebody's channeling Mozart.
Yeah, well, no, that's a prodigy right there.
Playing like that.
Oh, Guan Yin.
You gotta watch for
Have you seen this exchange? It's great. Marco Rubio for the win.
I have to tell you directly and personally that I regret voting for you for Secretary of State. I yield back.
May I respond?
You may sit.
Well, first of all, your regret for voting for me confirms I'm doing a good job based on what I know.
Well, that's just
Your
a
record
flippant
and what you-
statement, Mr. Secretary.
Can I respond, Mr. Chairman?
You may. I didn't ask.
Senator,
please let the Secretary. I'd be happy to, but then I can respond to his.
Your time's up, Senator, and willfully used, I might add.
Well-
Your remarks do not represent the view of this committee.
Well, Mr.
Secretary, please.
Well, I can't respond to everything he said because much of these are untrue, but I'll go through a few. First of all, I'm actually very proud of the work we've done with USAID. For example, I don't regret cutting $10 million for male circumcisions in Mozambique. I don't know how that makes us stronger and more prosperous as a nation.
I raised
don't regret
Sudan, Mr.
psychosocial support services.
I raised
USAID.
Sudan, Mr. Secretary.
Can I respond, Mr.
Senator,
Chairman, or do I-
Senator, I'd ask you to suspend. You had 7 straight minutes.
I chose to
railing on-
use my time that way, Mr. Chairman. That's my right to
Please
use my time
suspend,
that way.
Secretary Rubio.
Well, I can go on. I mean, there's other things here. We spent $227,000 for Big Cat's YouTube channel from USAID. We spent $14 million for social cohesion in Mali, whatever the hell that means. So I can go on and on. I got the list here, and there's more. I didn't even bring the whole list. In the case of El Salvador, absolutely. Absolutely. We deported gang members, including the one you had a margarita with.
Oh, ouch. Marco smoked him. Have you seen this exchange?
Why does the U.S. military give its dogs a higher rank than their handlers? Every military working dog in the U.S. Army is issued an official rank, and that rank is always one grade above the soldier assigned to take care of them. A corporal handles a sergeant. A sergeant handles a staff sergeant. Here's why. The rank difference exists entirely to prevent abuse. If a handler outranked their dog on paper, there would be no symbolic barrier to mistreating the animal. Making the dog the superior creates an unofficial rule. You do not mistreat someone who outranks you. Sounds like military humor. The Army takes it completely seriously. But here's what most people never realize. Military working dogs are not classified as equipment anymore. After a law passed in 2000, they became official U.S. government property with legal protections. Injuring one in the field carries the same legal consequences as assaulting a fellow service member. On top of that, when a military dog retires, its handler gets first priority to adopt it. If the handler cannot take it, the dog goes through an official adoption process. Leaving a retired military dog without a home is treated as a failure of the unit, not a routine outcome. The U.S. military spent decades training dogs to run toward gunfire, detect explosives, and take down armed targets. Then it gave them a rank to make sure nobody forgot they deserved to be treated like a soldier. Why does the U.S. military...
Fake ass shit.
Man rules. We always hear the rules from the female side, so now here's the rules from the male side. These are our rules. 1. Men are not mind readers. 2. Learn to work the toilet seat. You're a big girl. If it's up, put it down. We need it up, you need it down. You don't hear us complaining about you leaving it down. 3. Crying is blackmail. 4. Ask for what you want. Let's be clear on this one. Subtle hints don't work. Strong hints don't work. Obvious hints don't work. Just say it. 5. Yes and no are perfectly acceptable answers to almost every question. 6. Come to us with a problem only if you want help solving it. That's what we do. Sympathy. That's what your girlfriends are for. 7. Anything we said 7 months ago is inadmissible in an argument. In fact, all comments are null and void after 7 days. 8. If something we said can be interpreted 2 ways, and one of the ways makes you sad or angry, we meant the other one. 9. You can either ask us to do something or tell us how you want it done, not both. If you already know best how to do it, just do it yourself. 10. Whenever possible, say whatever you have to say during the commercials. 11. Christopher Columbus didn't need directions, and neither do we. 12. All men see is only 16 colours, like Windows default settings. Peach, for example, is a fruit, not a colour. Pumpkin is also a fruit, and we've no idea what mauve is. 13. If we ask what's wrong and you say nothing, we'll act like nothing's wrong. We know you're lying, but it's just not worth the hassle. 14. If you ask a question that you don't want the answer to, expect an answer you don't want to hear.
Oh, Jay, why don't you
Now,
grab that
when
star?
we have to go somewhere, this is
Okay.
15. Absolutely anything you wear is fine. Really.
The redneck Star
16.
Trek.
Don't
Yeah.
ask us
Oh,
what we were
yeah,
thinking
it
about
doesn't matter.
unless you're prepared to discuss things
just personally
such as
like that one.
football or motorsports. 17. You have enough clothes. 18. You have too many shoes. 19. I'm in shape. Round is a shape. 20. Thanks for reading this. And yes, I know you have to sleep on the couch tonight, but did you know the men really don't mind that? It's like camping.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people maybe.
Somebody's fixing to get in trouble.
Oh, jeez.
Dogs.
Oh shit. Another Kim.
What was that?
Oh no, it's too much, man. The dog's like, what a bunch of idiots.
You're trying to find.
Whack. Oh, he did get smacked. Oh!
I knew you messed up. I was feeding the pup. All right, working good.
She was laying there. He just laid on top of her.
Say, hey, this is my spot. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
You know what I like is when they put them horror faces on the little chihuahuas and send them at the big dogs.
Shit at the other ones, yeah. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
We'll grab him up. I'm gonna find the one that does.
Oh, jeez. No.
Come on. It's okay. It's just a
cat's gonna jump on me, dude.
I'm not.
Hold up. Let me get this straight. So Bill Clinton can bomb the fuck out of Kosovo.
Yep.
And it's okay. All right. Barack Obama can send missile strikes to Libya. And we're fine with it. Okay. Joe Biden can have missiles bomb Syria's infrastructure. But the moment Donald Trump liberates and free a country from tyranny and dictatorship, then all of a sudden it becomes a motherfucking problem. Fucking hypocrites. Can't stand you Trump derangement syndrome motherfuckers.
You tell
Make me want to just...
What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running?
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Oh,
Logging,
come on, really?
Plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig. When men stop doing the dangerous jobs, when men stop getting married, when men stop having kids, what's your plan?
I'm not worried about that.
Of course you're not.
No. I don't have a plan, Pearl, for a
Feminists
situation in
never
which
do.
men no longer do those jobs.
The very microphone you're using was built by men. The building was built by men. And there's no gratitude or appreciation. You just tell them they're not doing enough. Future is not going to be great for feminists. You guys are going to get the equality that you're asking for. Men are not going to protect women in the streets. Men are going to stop signing up for the infrastructure jobs. The birth rate's going to keep falling, and the future is going to be bleak. What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty
stuff, man?
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. President Trump responded and says Fox News polls can't be trusted. Now, Newsmax is conducting its own poll on President Trump's job performance. It takes just a minute to vote. So let us know what you think if President Trump is doing a good job. We at Newsmax want to know your opinion. So make sure you vote and your voice is heard. Vote today.
Yeah, Fox.
The 5 most lethal non-nuclear bombs ever made. And number 1 can erase cities. Number 5, CBU-55, USA. This fuel air cluster bomb.
That's us. That's right.
All right, we gotta get
You
out
don't
of
jump
here.
on my couch.
Oh, come on, let me on the couch.
Viste que la perra del vecino está embarazada.
Oh, let me on the couch.
No sabe qué pasó, ¿no?
Can I get a smile? Thank you.
Yeah, that looks like
I'm
Jabba
so
the
hungry,
Hutt.
I could eat a damn dog.
Give me a kiss. Give me a little kiss.
I love that piece.
I love you. Oh my goodness.
The Muslim
All right, we
world
gotta get
didn't
out of here.
hate America until after Israel was created.
All right. Where are we? What is that?
That's not true either.
Hey, there we are. Welcome back. We're going to go take a break right quick. Last couple times I get off on these things. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Oh, George is great. George, it's a shame he's gone, but oh, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder what it would be like. We could get his political opinions today. You know, he's been going a while.
I remember I was going out with some friends to go hunting. I was like, oh, this is mid-Thursday. And my wife says, well, you're going to take your dick off and leave it with me, right? I'm like, what? She said, you know that. Well, we listened to George Carlin the other night.
George Carlin joke.
It's like, said bitch. It's oh no, it's a good joke. It's funny as hell when you listen to it. Yeah, he goes into in depth. George is everything he does. He just had a good sense of politics. He didn't mind speaking. He's not like the late, Johnny Carson every now and then would do that for you, but none of the new late night show hosts, they all suck. They're all scared of their own shadows.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to push the same line of bullshit agenda. I miss the old days when, they had reporters up there and regardless of what they were going after the story. What do you mean about Trump? Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's available now. People can read it. I'm sure we'll see it on the news. Jay and I'll probably talk about it again next week. But basically, if it's the story they were talking about, it's a non sequitur. It's a non-starter. Yeah, it's just it's a non-starter because there's no evidence. Anybody can say anything. Anybody can write a letter to the FBI. And by the way, he's not the only person the FBI has written. People have written letters about or threats about or anything else for that matter. So let's not take it out of context. Well, you know what? They got some letters about Joe Biden. They're not Epstein letters, but there are people who have accused him of stuff, and you don't see them blasted all over, do you? Have you ever? There's a clip. It may even be on one of our pages of all these pre-teens going to Joe Biden's office. It's horrible. I'm telling you, if I was one of those fathers, I'd have been in jail. Yeah, because like when he slips his hand around him, he puts his hand, goes right on you. Right, no, you'd have touched my. Oh man, I'd have been in prison.
Yeah, he's an inappropriate individual. That man.
Yes, I don't care if people say, "Oh, it's just how he is." I'm like, bullshit.
No, it's.
Yeah, I said that's not an excuse.
I mean, isn't the story about like his wife was like, he was the babysitter?
He was the babysitter.
When she was like 15.
Yeah, she's come over. They had pictures of her sitting in his lap and stuff at 15 and things, and then his wife,
sick.
And then his wife died, and then he married her. And you mean you're talking about Bo? Bo died of cancer. He was actually the good brother who was going to get into politics and do the right thing. Hunter is an idiot. He's just a cocaine addict. That's all. I shouldn't say that's all, but that's what he is. He's a cocaine addict. He's not even trying to fix it right now. He's just a cocaine addict. He was talking about. He was on some news show talking about how do you make crack.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, really, dude? You're sitting here telling people how to make crack. I couldn't even believe he was doing that.
What an idiot! Yeah. Well, how about we play this thing for break real quick, and then we come back, and what do we got coming up next?
Well, go ahead, play it. We'll run some promos, and then we got all kind of shit. We still got a bunch of on the list to go through. We talked enough about Epstein, I think, tonight, and Iran is just what it is. We know where we are in Iran right now. We're just bombing them to Stone Age. We're on day 7, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, of Iran.
And I'm about Epsteined out. I mean, we talked about it on Jeff's show just before this, so.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter if they thought they had him. Know this: if what this file released is, if Joe Biden and the Democrats thought they had him, they would have brought it out in the 2020 election, and they would have used it against Trump, but they didn't. So you gotta wonder why. But anyway, take us out of here.
All right, let's hit this up. Ooh.
Mr. Spock.
Oh,
completely.
Captain Kirk in a wife-beater shirt, beer in hand and mud on his boots. Hollering loud about the warp drive broke, y'all were stuck in this galactic hooch. Spikes on the porch, hair sharp as knives, sipping sweet tea, calculating life. Says Jim, that ain't logical, you're just drunk. But Kirk hollers back, Spock, hold my scum. Beam me up, Bubba, this trailer's on fire. Scotty's grilling hot dogs with the plasma wire. We're boldly going where no rednecks gone, in a double wide spaceship with a rebel. fries up some gator on the meth lab deck. Hers got the CB talking smooth as silk. Says we got Klingons stealing all our milk. Chekhov's fishing in the kiddie pool. Swears a catfish is a Russian Jew. Sulu's riding shotgun on the mower deck. And tribals keep clogging up the septic tank. Beam me up, Bubba, this trailer's on fire. Scotty's grilling hot dogs with the plasma wire. We're boldly going where no rednecks gone. In a double wide spaceship with a rebel song. Bring me up, Bubba, this trailer's on fire. Scotty's grilling hot dogs with a plasma wire. We're boldly going where no rednecks gone. In a double wide spaceship with a rebel song.
Wow, 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 wow. Welcome back, y'all. But adios amigos again.
Welcome to the Light Gate, where reality bends and the unseen awakens. Preston Dennett, joined by Dolly Safran, guiding you beyond the veil and into the infinite unknown. Every week we unlock high strangeness, extraterrestrial contact, hidden realms, psychic awakenings, the afterlife, and secrets they don't want you to know. Step through the gate, and if you feel the calling, subscribe to the channel and share it with those ready to awaken.
Cool. That always makes me think of Santa from
Two real cryptid legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Daryl Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week. Actively out there looking is the truth they seek.
welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control.
Whoa, okay, all that noise and stuff. Welcome back, everybody. All those lovely promos and all those fun shows to listen to. Another new one down there. I always like seeing new shows. Jeremy, there's always something being added to the network. Best thing to do is just pop over to YouTube, and the shows are usually scheduled there a couple of days in advance so you can see them. Yes, make it easy on yourself. Go ahead and check them out. No, we don't keep it on the website. Because we move around stuff, we change stuff, and it's a pain to update it, so we do it this way. Well, because when we update on StreamYard, it updates automatically on YouTube. Yeah, it's not like the website. It's different. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed the first 2 hours. That was Leah on the first hour. She joins us every once in a while. We hadn't seen her in a while, but she likes to cause trouble and stir up stuff. And I love Leah. I've been knowing her a long time. And, oh no, I really do know. We've been friends for 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a lot of fun to talk to, and we've talked and worked and hosted. And she hosted on this show a long time ago for like 20 years as a co-host for about a year. But this is a hard show to co-host for long periods of time. You just have to keep informed of what's going on around you. Well, because there's a lot going on around us. Like here, let's see. Oh wait, I found a new Star Trek. Star Trek Surf. We're surfing, trekking. We'll have to play that one. Not today. We'll have to play that at some other time. No, wait. What did I lost the room there for a second? Well, no. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that you see over a course of a week, and there's always stuff being added, and like Roku. I forgot. I've got 12, I think, news channels on it. Yeah, you have your things like your Fox and your One American News and your Max News, and then of course you've got, I think that's not Scripps, but All America. Anyway, there's like 5 conservatives, and then of course you got ABC, NBC, CBS, MS Now. You got CNN. Yeah, you got USA Today. Yeah, it's just a bunch of them. So at least you get an idea of what's going on. It's like looking at polls. So I was listening to polls say, oh, the people don't like it. 51% of people against Trump. But yet other polls have 53, 54% people on Trump. So regardless, at 50% with a 6% up and down, it doesn't really matter because that's probably where it is, around 50%. So at least half the country's backing what he's doing. Well, let's be honest, Iranian should be free. And I would side with everybody else, but we've been talking about this like fucking 47 years. Every president I know said we should go over there and end this. And guess what? Well, except for Obama. Obama started giving them billions of dollars so they could go fund terrorists. I never did understand that. That made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. He wanted to get some kind of deal. And they didn't even listen. They were still enriching uranium anyway. And $4 billion on 4 different pallets in 11 different currencies. Yeah, you tell me how that shit was legal. I'm still wondering about that. As far as I know, Congress didn't vote on it, Jack. Yeah, there was no congressional approval on that bullshit. Nah, that was bullshit. Well, when you're president, you can do stuff. I see the War Powers Act failed, and even the Democrats voted against. They're like, no, we're not voting for this. Well, because Democrats know as well as Republicans do, sooner or later they'll be in power, and they want their president to be able to strike out if he needs to. Yeah, because you never know when you have to. And let's be honest, you can't even trust Congress. You start telling Congress secret, Congress leaks like a sieve. You want to keep already. They're saying Omar leaked information about the attack on Iran. I don't know. I've heard several people talk about it. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Some statement she made after she came out of a meeting, which I don't even know why she was in. Usually it's the Gang of Eight or whatever it is, the senior Democrats go to that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe some other meeting. I know Nancy said when she came out, she was worried. Well, we're at war, Nancy. You should be worried, right? Because she's an idiot. Where was, let's see. Let me see if I can find this. Let me write this on this.
Wait for a minute.
You know, I feel people for these gas prices, you know, because I know it's hard around the country. Everything jumps back up at least $1 a gallon, and not for us. No, they went up about 20 cents. Well, it's different. We got refineries down the road and shit. It's just the whole setup is different.
Mm-hmm.
They're nearby within just a short distance. Well, from here, there's refineries 50 miles in almost any direction. Yeah, so they deliver gas, and well, I figure if we stay at war, it'll get up to around $3 down here, which will probably be like $5 for our friends up north.
Yep.
Probably $6 or $7 for out west.
I didn't check today. Let me see what we're up to today at Rudders. Where's the gas prices?
Let's see. Oh, wait, I didn't know my camera was still off. Sorry, guys. I thought it was still on. Sorry about that.
Oh, here we go. Wow, 272.
Well, that's not completely horrible. Y'all didn't go up $1 either.
Well, 209 was what it was. Oh, wait, now listen. I just clicked on it. This is Chambersburg. That's the wrong city. They're at 359.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To get mine.
So I love these clips like these, you know, because Rachel Mad Cow Maddow, Trump is going to ignore Iran until they get a nuclear warhead and point it at us.
Ooh,
then it's too
we're
late.
paying $353.
Yeah, see, it's going up.
Yeah.
And then it says Trump has no right to strike Iran. She's an idiot. I mean, does she not even know she said these things, or has she forgotten? I mean, what's what happens when you're on drugs, people?
Or is she being paid to say them?
Well, I'm sure she's being paid to say it. Because most people don't regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, here we go. Look, he's making fun about it.
Yep.
Sorry, Barack, we're sending missiles instead of cash. I love these cartoons, man. And see, that's truth though. That's what Barack was doing. We don't even know where that money get. We don't know if he got any of that money. But we do know for a fact it was used for terrorism.
And he does seem to be sitting pretty, in Hawaii with a brand new mansion.
I don't know. They said $4 billion in 11 different currencies and nothing over 100 in whatever currency it was in. So they want anything that was hard to break. You know how much sort and how much time that took to do? And why? Why would we give them cash anything? You just got to wonder. I mean, any way you go about it, just looks like such a treasonous thing to do.
Or what kind of back alley deal do they make for them to drop that kind of cash on those people?
And it wasn't even just the cash. I mean, he gave a bunch of buildings back and other equipment back, totaling over $1 billion. I mean, it was ridiculous. Iran. Oh, here we go. We got Iran is evil. Yeah, all y'all talking about Iran. What's he got? Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden. All of them hate it, and then Trump just says okay and goes and takes care of it, right? I didn't realize that was Jasmine Crockett.
Huh.
She's at the
Leering Center.
Yeah. Yes, people. People just send me tons of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we're allowed to put these on. Yeah. It's coming out all over the place now. I mean, we said it tonight, but it's been out. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and now everybody's talking about it again. Yeah, look at that, American Heroes. ICE is getting closer to being done, and Christine Gnomes. I mean,
Well, she's getting close to being done too. She's got 23 days or so.
Oh, I love this, huh? I keep yelling at him and doing the scooters, and I'm so proud of you. Are you still there?
Boom.
Oh, yeah, I totally. It's adios, amigos. Why you sons of Trump support? They keep hating on America. I know you do. No, Jesse, we're just flipping through stuff. Yep. Here's see, Trump's approval rating amongst Republicans 86%.
Oh,
George Bush 77, Obama 77. He's got them both beat. Both of them. And I still never thought Obama had reached George Bush's thing because George Bush had a war behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Successful with that.
Well,
America had a great time watching Desert Storm on CNN.
It was. I remarked on that earlier. We're watching right now. This is the second war I've seen develop live on television. The Iraq War and Desert Storm was the first.
Michael Anthony. What the hell? Get out of here. That's just weird. I don't even know where I'm at. Marjorie Taylor, Inga girl, huh? You're an idiot. No, I'm back on my page. There's George Carlin here. Perfect history of the Democrat Party. Didn't we watch this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we watched it. The Andrew Jackson one, we watched it. What the hell? Bruce. No, anyway, I came here to get into some stories and I got to messing around with other stuff, which I shouldn't have been doing. No, I'll do it from over here. No, so the French, so they're not actually helping America. They're saying they're protecting their allies. Yeah. So England and Germany and France are going to deploy stuff to the Middle East to protect their allies, whoever the fuck they are. I don't know who they are. I know Trump is pissed at Spain. I think it was somebody wouldn't let us use their base.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spain said no.
I don't know. Making an enemy out of Trump just seems like a stupid thing to do right now. He's going to be out in 3 years. Wait to then to make an enemy out of him. Maybe 83 years old. Just that's the time to do it.
He might run for a third.
No, he can't. So we ain't got to worry about it.
Right now,
he ain't getting 2/3 of vote of Congress. The Democrats ain't going to go for it. So.
Well, we don't know. Maybe after the midterms he can.
That would be amazing to get that kind of votes. It's been a long time, Jack, since anybody controlling the House or the Senate had enough to do what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's happened. It's just been a while. Ronald Reagan had a good idea what was going on, but a lot of that came from Daddy Bush because he worked for the CIA and was in contact with the NSA and all. Well, no, Daddy Bush had been to Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor that Reagan went, but nobody ever could verify it, and he never said it. Anytime he asked me, he said, "Area what?"
As far as I know, he was debriefed about Area 51, but that would have been at Camp David.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what happened. So here's Reagan. He's doing his job. He's doing a good job. He's building our defense. He's getting the wall tore down. And Daddy Bush is over there going, "Reagan, I don't know how to tell you this, but extraterrestrials are real. And you know what, man? They come to our fucking planet, dude, and they do things we can't stop." And it's like, what the fuck? So we built Area 51. Then he probably told him about Area 51, informed him about Area 51, and then he probably informed him about the extraterrestrial. So then Reagan picks up the phone, calls the Prime Minister of England. He said, "What the fuck, man? Did you know about these fucking aliens?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to invade our fucking planet. We need to defend ourselves." So these two formulate a plan that defend Earth. So they build a facility in Pine Gap, Pine Gap in Australia. They build the Pine Gap facilities, which is these big radar dishes, actually big laser dishes that shoot fucking lasers in the sky. And they're thinking, well, we need help. So then they built the Hart facility. When the Hart facility also shoots big lasers in the sky and punches holes on our ionosphere for some reason or another. And then we've seen these things bounce around. But what made it worse was we got scared and we built Star Wars. Oh, yeah, we're going to kill the Russians. Now, the Russians are tearing down the walls and shit, but we're building Star Wars, which is one of the things that helped them make them tear down the walls because it bankrupted them. But these lasers were massive. These lasers were not made to shoot little missiles down, maybe hundreds of missiles. These things were made to shoot something much bigger down. So here's Reagan, who made 7 speeches saying what would happen if we had an alien invasion. It would help to unite the planet. And then he built 3 different things to defend us from something in outer space. He fucking knew something.
Yeah. Like you
Actions
said,
speak louder than words.
Not shoot down like a missile. It's something huge.
Well, we were in Roswell on our way to Carlsbad, and they were having a exhibition. So they had these discs, and they were about 150, 200 feet around, and they had little vents cut in them. Well, they were sitting on top of one of these Star Wars lasers. So they would put these weights on it, and they would superheat it and send the fucking thing into space. They would just start spinning and up into space.
They have a space gun that shoots things into space?
They have a laser that shot these vented discs into space. All it sounds like is they just superheated up this shell and got enough heat going underneath it, and it shot it up, and it kept going because the laser maintained the contact until it got into space. So that's why I could go in there. So I imagine what they were testing was on this particular thing, they had weights inside of it to see how much weight they could send up in it. Would it be worth it? Well, anything that can shoot anything in space, even if it's a couple 100 pounds, is worth it because, I mean, that's nothing, doesn't cost anything. It's heating up the laser. No, dude, these fucking lasers, I hope there's no deployed in space. These things, 3 of them together could just like, just Beijing would be gone in a matter of minutes. Moscow would be gone in a matter. They would just fucking be rubble. There would be
But
nobody.
the problem is they're not pointing down. They're pointing up and
Yeah, they're
out.
supposed to be. But on Earth, there's supposed to be two, or actually, it's supposed to be three really big ones. They're big holes in the ground, basically. Well, we know one of them exists for sure because the one at Pine Gap, I mean, not Pine Gap, the one at the Hart facility got exposed by accident. So they had a satellite there. They were using to bounce these little beams around that they shoot all over the place. And as it was coming to perigee, coming over, it stopped, was taking pictures, and there was a big whopping hole next to the fenced area of the Hart. I mean, it was whopping across.
Well, but isn't Pine Gap in Australia?
No, that's what I said. The Hart facility. I said Pine Gap.
No. But Pine Gap's been exposed too. But Pine Gap's in Australia.
Yeah, but Pine Gap. But they haven't seen the hole in the ground in Pine Gap. But they have.
Oh no! Well, we saw the
dishes. Yeah. Well, they got the dishes that shoot beams down there. They got some pretty big dishes down there, 40, 50, 60 feet across. And the reason
SPS-48, you can see that beam from Pine Gap.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
examined it on the show.
actually, if you really look at that thing looks like it went. I'm not sure that it wasn't sent from one facility to the other to power it up more. Maybe that's why it missed it.
Maybe that's what the flash is. It's like I don't know.
Well, Jack. So usually they say to really get the beam powerful, they shoot it up, and then it shoots down to the facility and the Hart facility, and it shoots back up. But it's not really to make it more powerful; it's to aim. So all three facilities can be used at different points. So you could still use a Pine Gap laser at any of the other facilities. Just it'll ricochet down there and it'll be aimed from that point, because that point of the Earth is right there, and this point of the Earth is over here. Well, no, just like when we used to follow the old space missions, you had to have people at monitor stations all around the world watching it. Today we don't, because we have our own satellites at all points around the planet, so we can monitor it ourselves. But back in the day, we did. It didn't work that way. We had to have monitoring stations, and I forgot. It was an ungodly amount of people. That's one of the reasons you knew it wasn't a hoax, because there was just so many people that followed it. I don't know how they could keep them off from lying.
Aren't the facilities at Pine Gap? That's where our listening station was to follow the moonshots.
Pine Gap is a wicked facility. Well, we found out about the big dishes at Pine Gap because some asshole in a Cessna went and landed out there. Well, yeah. Ooh. Flew right into the facility, just like the guy who flew into the one in Area 51. A single engine Cessna landed right there next to the base. Oh, they could have shot him down if they wanted to. They're not going to. They're going to shoot a teenage kid down in a Cessna, but he didn't say much of what he saw about anything. But there was a couple of pictures that got out that he had, I guess, that were on a camera roll. And they had gotten out, and there was one particular dish. You see it; it was bigger than the dish in South America. The one the one they tore down, Arecibo. No, Kirby, Arecibo's gone, my friend. Yes, adios amigos. China has a big dish now, but
it's based on Arecibo. It's dug into the ground.
Oh yeah, it is. But well, I'm sure they're building one somewhere else, or they built one somewhere else. That's just not one I've heard about. But these dishes were bigger than that, and these were above ground dishes. These dishes are made but they can only move so much because they can only be so high up. If they tilt too much, they'll hit the ground. So that's why they need other places so they can shoot somewhere. Besides that, if you shoot this beam to a holding platform that also has energy on board, and then you shoot it down to one of the other facilities that's fully charged, so when you shoot it back up, it's double the power it was when it arrived there. Whatever these were designed for, these things were designed to, really to something up. And the bitch part is, if the stories are true, they won't let them use them if an asteroid's coming, unless it's a extinction event. So in other words, let's say something about the size of New York comes by, or even half the size of Texas comes by and hits Europe. They won't shoot it down. The world will have to deal with the catastrophe. Don't ask me. You'd have to ask them their reasoning into that. I don't know.
Well, you don't want to reveal to your enemies foreign and domestic, and on the planet and off the planet, that you have a big honking space gun that can shoot rocks out of the sky.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, because once the surprise is gone, you can't get it back.
Well, Jay's got a point. So if you shoot it, then they know it's there. Not only they know it's there, but they know what it can do. So the only shot we have with any big alien ships is that they get here and we fire from three locations with maybe using quad reactors or something maxed out, and that'll be pushing a serious amount of energy and power. And whether it'll destroy a ship like that's anybody's guess, but it's a better shot than little pop gun lasers, because it ain't gonna do shit.
Philosophy, you want the enemy to think you have the weapon that'll destroy them to keep them at bay, but you don't ever want to have to use it.
Yeah, because it may not destroy them.
Yeah, or it may do too much and get everybody.
The first time I heard about one of these lasers, it was like 50 terawatts, which is a shitload of power. But these they're talking about are much, much more powerful. The one that took the shot by STS-48 was way more powerful. When you look at the size of the beam compared to how big the space shuttle is, it wasn't a little tiny beam. It looked like it was because it was off in the distance, but it wasn't. It's a big old whopping, probably, I don't know, 50, 30, 40, 50 feet around. And it looked like it was an extended laser to a point, and then it broke off and became a projectile beam, meaning it wasn't connected anymore. But if it still hit you, it was still going to do a whopping shitload of damage. Well, because we're supposed to have lasers on Earth that can hit a spaceship and keep a continuous power on it. See, it depends what kind of lasers. Some lasers can be used like as bullets, but some lasers, if it's in close, these lasers are going to actually, from ground to location, are going to make contact, which means the amount of power hitting the ship is going to be enormous. Yeah, because we can tap into our power supply on the planet, which is going to be far greater than even most alien ships.
The longer the contact, the more powerful the beam gets.
But that's if they want to kill us. I don't think they want to do that because we're still here. They might have some human barbecue every once in a while, but
the flood.
Yeah, they only like skinny people anyway because the fat people got too much cholesterol. Hey, they like to keep their cholesterol straight. What can I tell you? I guess grays are this big. They want to make sure they don't get no clogged arteries. Anyway, you see, y'all keep distracting me from what I was going to do. Yes, I mean, stop that shit. No, I mean, stop it. Let's see, where was I? No, we'll do it from here. I guess we can cheat and do it from Racha. So let's see. First thing up. Let's see. Rich and powerful from the Epstein files. Of course, this was released with allegations about Trump. We already know about that. We've already talked about it. Truly extraordinary. Wait. Stop, thing. Come on. Where's it at? Stop screwing around. Truly extraordinary mega laser shooting at us from halfway across the universe is the brightest cosmic beacon we've ever seen.
Really?
Yes. Shooting at us, too. It's like, hello, humans. Can you see me, humans? Humans. Stupid damn humans. Humans, can you see me, humans? Oh, all I see is a beam of light. We're going to get there, though. I got faith in it. No, it's a very interesting article. Y'all should read it. And this one says, this is an opinion piece. Trump has been right about oil all along because he is right. So there's been no ship sunk in the Hormuz Straits at all. There's been no stopping of oil movement through the Straits, even though it's down to just 20% of the ships. There's been no stopping of it at all. We don't get our oil from the Middle East. So, and what we get doesn't go through the Hormuz Strait. So there's no reason that oil should have went up in the United States, period. And we can offset our oil supply with Venezuela. So there's fucking definitely no reason for our oil to have gone up. So all that tells me is companies here like, hey, it's going up over there. We're going to go up over here too. No, because we don't have to pay what the Europeans pay. Europeans don't have no fucking oil. We do. China's the one that's got to worry. Something like 55% of its oil goes through the Hamas Straits. That's why Iran's probably being haved because they don't want to piss China off. Russia, yeah, I know. Russia is giving them information about. They give them intelligence. Yeah. Let's see. Where were we? Where were we? The FBI says these Wi-Fi routers are unsafe. Really?
What, are they exploding?
No, they're just fucking unsafe because they're easy to hack. People, so you should always run 3-tier security on your inbound shit. So most companies, internet companies now run security for your system, in your system. And then there's router security. There's usually security in the router. So you have the security of the internet company, the security of the router, the security of your computer. But I actually usually add a layer of security in between that. Well, because getting hacked sucks. I got hacked a few times when I was young. It sucked. I used to play around people I shouldn't have. I did some, no, I never did any hacking. Fuck that. No, I did not. You can't make me say I did. Nah. U.S. Navy launches $1 billion drone from aircraft carrier in the ocean, going to kill some Iranians, huh? Jay and I have featured this drone on the show. There's pictures of it. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. No, it's the new drone, the new one that scares
the
the shit out of.
X-47 drone.
Yeah, the new one that scares the shit out of everybody. No, so. This drone that Jay and I are talking about, this thing was so badass that it scared the Navy. No, it scared the Navy.
Took it offline.
Yes, and they dumbed it the fuck down. It was so accurate and such a great killer, it scared them. They were talking about if they just released, you could release 100 of these at a time, and they would just wreak havoc. Yeah, as long as they don't turn around and wreak havoc. Let me see. I don't know if this is the one or not, but we'll see right quick. Where is the room at? Here, roomy. We're gonna put this drone up in a minute, but look, Trump has entered his legacy stage, and I've been saying that for a while. Trump is in a position where he wants to leave a legacy behind.
He already has.
Yeah, he really has, but he wants to even leave a bigger legacy behind. He'd like to have it, like Reagan, a guy bringing the wall down. He wants to be the guy to freeze Venezuela, Cuba, and Iran. Plus the wars, plus the 8 wars he's already ended. And if he can get the Iraq war, he'll have a serious. 9 wars. Then he'll have freed 3 nations. And already Cuba's already talking with us about some kind of arrangements. Fucking Cuba should have always been ours. I don't even know why we ever put up with that bullshit. We should have just surrounded them with ships and said, "Fuck you, or Russia. You want that ship? We had to put a bullet in your asshole."
Absolutely, yeah. It's like I said with my argument with what was going on with Iran. If they had taken care of the problem when the problem became a problem, it wouldn't be a problem. But now it's a problem.
Yeah, because now it's a problem. No, Gene. No, I know what you're saying, but hold on. Anyway, where was I? Just where I was, and then I lost where I was. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Grab this up right quick. Okay, I'm not sure this is the one. This is how the U.S. Navy launches a $1 billion stealth drone from carrier. Put me in the thing, Jay.
It's up.
Oh, did you? Okay, I didn't hear you. Okay, here we go.
Aircraft carrier sounds unreal, but it's already happened. The U.S. Navy has shown that an advanced unmanned aircraft can launch from a carrier using the same systems as crew jets, proving a can work in one of aviation's toughest environments. This milestone changes how carriers operate, extending reach, endurance, and flexibility without adding new ships. It also signals a future where crewed and autonomous aircraft work side by side, each doing what they do best. This isn't a concept anymore.
This ain't even.
It's a proven capability, and it's reshaping naval aviation. To dive deeper, click the link to watch our full video, and don't forget to like, share, and
and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you there.
No, Janie, that's not the one we were looking for, but let me see if I can see it up in here somewhere. That's not it. Is this it? No, I don't think this is it either. No, Navy's. Oh no, that ain't it. That's some ugly, stupid drone there. Oh, we got refueling drones now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How the hell do you look up to an autonomous drone?
There she blows. That's her. Oh wait, that was the other one. Okay. Anyway, this drone we keep trying to show you flies by itself, kills by itself. Right now it's got a I forgot what they call it.
Does it return and land on the carrier by itself?
Yes, takes off by itself, lands by itself, does the whole 9 yards, responds to the crews on the deck, does everything. It does. Oh no, it's a beast. It's a beast, and it can carry a lot of weapons, and it's a stealth, and it's smaller.
Stealth on top of all that.
And on top of that, guys, it can do things that a regular pilot can't because there's no pilot in it.
It can go vertical right away, 9-10 Gs without knocking itself out.
It can just flip and just shoot the plane coming behind it. It's a whole different type of thing. The original and the other one we're looking at is actually a different design. It's not this one. This one looks more like one of the bombers, but the one we're looking at is a little bit more sharper lined plane. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it was the X-47 drone. I'm pretty sure that's what they called it when we looked at it.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we were doing a show one night and X-47 came up twice. And then we found out one was a drone and one was a fighter jet.
One was an F-47. The other is XF. The other is
XF. Yeah. No, it was a beast. Oh yeah, it was a beast. I mean, no, these new things are going to be they're going to be outrageous. I don't know, but I tell you what, it's going to limit how many Americans get killed now. It'll make it harder and harder because we won't have to put our people out there. We can put our drones out there. Yeah. No, we can.
And think about this weirdness. Without them being autonomous, we could potentially use some of the Raptor systems and do sort of a heads-up remote control, fly-by-wire, wirelessly through our, there's an episode of Stargate where one of the planets they go to, they fight a war with their enemy on their own planet with remote controlled fighter planes that are operated by pilots in a room that operate these things remotely with heads up displays and gear and stuff like that. So we're looking at, the beginning of possibly that kind of warfare. They'll stop being autonomous and they'll put a human brain controlling it like they do with the F-22. And think about that. You now have an autonomous drone that has, human reaction time.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, or not funny, but one of the things they're going to have to figure out is how to teach AI and autonomous drones how to have humanity and know not to just go around randomly killing shit they're not supposed to.
It's up.
It's you put it up?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, let me see if I can make this bigger. So this is the 47. Ooh. Yeah, so this is the
that's the X. This is the X-47. The
X-47B. Yeah, that's what this
one is. Drone.
So let's put it up here.
Huge, dude.
It's well, you can see it. It's on the carrier right there.
You could easily swap out a cockpit module and put a human pilot in that. That's how big it is.
And now here's the C version right here. See, it's a different. It's actually shaped a little bit different. See, this one's shaped a little bit different. So is this one.
Yeah, they're approaching the stealth bomber configuration there
to an extent, because look at it right here from underneath.
That's kind of like an F-117 from underneath,
or T3.
Yeah. Well, the T3 doesn't have those extra wings at the back. There's chines, but yeah, it's Another damn. Oh, look, and there's a folding wing one.
Yeah, if it's on a carrier, the wings have to fold. That's an automatic thing. And here's another one of the bees right here.
Yeah.
These things are beastified, people. Hypersonic flight.
Hypersonic, autonomous, and if it needs to be, it can become its own bomb.
Wait, this is a Chinese one with hypersonic flight. Look at this.
Oh,
Go,
wow. Look
China.
at that thing.
Look at China go, man. Go, China. That's one of ours, people. Don't try to charge us as China. I hate when they do shit like that. Yeah. Oh, see? They said that was China. That they said it was China. That's a Northrop Grumman.
Yeah.
They do that a lot where they say stuff is China's and it turns out to be ours. Look at what is this thing? A dart?
Maybe a strap to keep the canopy down. I don't know.
So it was the 40. This was the 47A Pegasus.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that is.
So that's a strap so you can ride it.
So this is weird. It's different than this design for sure. This is
look
the
at
B.
that one.
So that's the B. Is that the C or the B?
Look at the silver diamond one up there in the top left of your
Up
screen.
here?
Yeah, look at that thing.
Yeah, that's an A. That's an X-47A. All of these are weird. You got three different types of the same plane right here.
Cool as hell, though.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And here's an X-45.
Huh.
This is Boeing. This is Northrop. I mean,
Isn't the X-45, is that the one they abandoned?
It might be.
Yeah, it probably is.
So we have these, whatever these little drones are right here already.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
They kind of remind me of Kit.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Cylon with their little thing.
Or his evil brother Carr.
Well, no, this is the kind of thing. So we do these kind of things. If you pay attention, there's a lot of things that we work on, a lot of different weapons that we're working on. And China wants to keep up. And China's got the population and the scientists to do it, but they don't have the money for long term, just like Russia did. See, right now we're stopping their flow of money into their country. So their economy is having a hard time and they're having to close factories and stuff. If the U.S. keep putting pressure on the economy and keep spending money at $1 trillion a year in defense, it'll do the same thing it did to the communist Russia. It'll bankrupt communist China. Well, they got to keep up. Who cares if they got nukes? Russia had 15,000 nukes when we bankrupted them. Yeah, they're down to 5,000 now. But yeah, they had a shitload of nukes when we bankrupted them. And spread out all over their country. Their country was what, twice the size it is now? Oh, probably a quarter larger than it is now, but still. Russia's a big country, Jackson. Yeah, but anyway, stop distracting me. We're never going to get through these if you keep distracting me. No, really, man. Really. You think I'm playing, man, but I'm being serious. Yeah, we don't care who invented that. We don't care if they get a raise. All right, where were we? US Navy. Oh, that's the drone we were just talking about. Oh, and then we got this. City killer asteroid will narrowly miss the moon. James Webb got a good picture of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then this one, this nuclear bomb doesn't destroy cities, it kills people. We've talked about neutron bombs.
Yeah, neutron.
And this is actually supposed to be some kind of upgraded version, which I have no idea what that means.
It kills only Muslim people?
Maybe so. Trump's second term approval higher than Obama or Bush within his own parties and polls. Yes, we know. We looked at that earlier. They had some nice numbers. So here's one for y'all people. Just a weird thing. 127 years ago, a coffin fell from the sky, and science just solved a major piece of its mystery. They don't know where the fuck it came from, by the way.
I saw that and I didn't finish reading it.
Yeah, this last I seen, they didn't have a clue. New experiments show Earth's core holds vast oceans of essential elements for life. So what that means, people, when we die and the planet explodes, it's going to send shit out all over our solar system and create life. I mean, that's amazing to even find that out. Yeah, we're the building blocks of life. Our planet is. Don't ask me why.
So every time something hits the planet and knocks debris off, it's panspermia.
China kicks Tesla in the nuts.
What?
Yeah, China puts new sodium-ion battery into electric vehicles. Can drive 248 miles on a single charge.
Well,
Well,
it's nothing.
that ain't nothing.
My
But that's-
gas tank can take me 405 miles on a single charge.
They've got lithium-ion batteries that go further than that on a single charge. What the fuck? I'm not impressed with that. That's some bullshit.
What was the chemicals in this one?
Sodium ion battery.
Sodium ion.
Yeah. NASA astronaut says humanity is living a lie after spending 178 days in space. Dude, I read your article. You're a fucking idiot. You done went woke while you were in space. Just shut up and go sit down somewhere. Science uncovered huge underground structure and major geographical breakthrough. So I've heard there's two of these. So there's this one they're talking about here connects it through two continents. It's huge, it's vast. They think somebody built it. So there's two theories: some type of advanced society that's gone built it, or there's some type of I don't know, animal or something, a worm or something that created it, or some type of bacteria. They don't know, but it's vast and it's huge. And it's the second one they found. Like somebody was living on the ground for a long period of time, maybe back way in the day. Maybe they should start checking the soil. They might find something.
Yeah,
Jack.
There's a lot of stuff we just don't know about that Stephen Hawking said we should be careful going out looking for intelligent or any kind of life.
The only one.
We may find something that's so advanced, a life form so advanced that into our rules we don't recognize it as a life form.
Let's see. Isolated under fire, Iran strikes out at Russia and China as they stand aside and just say, well, fuck you.
Huh.
I don't know. These huge structures. It's the second time I've heard about these things, and they're big. I mean, basically, they're under continents. They're huge. So here you go. We talked about this earlier, though. Russia is providing Iran with intelligence to strike American military targets in the Middle East.
And the Ukraine is providing specialists to assist in drone destruction, tracking, and killing.
Monica Lewinsky breaks silence as Bill Clinton's name reappears in Epstein news, saying, well, I always knew he was a pervert. He liked to stick cigars in my you-know-what. No, what was she, 18 or 19? I don't have Alexa in front of me, or I'd ask. No, she was an intern. She was young.
I think she was 18 or something like that. Hey, Google, how old was Monica Lewinsky during the Bill Clinton scandal?
Monica Lewinsky was 22 years old when her relationship with President Bill Clinton began in 1995. The scandal
Hey, Google, stop.
China's moon biosphere discovers. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Lost. Where the hell did it go?
I do know.
I guess it disappeared. Florida congresswoman claims evidence of interdimensional beings. Dun, dun, dun.
There's been a lot of those AI stories with congressmen and women saying this, that, and the other thing about interdimensional beings all over Facebook. Just because AI said it doesn't make it so.
Yeah, there's that article about China moon's biosphere discovery was kind of interesting. Here comes the big bombs as U.S. escalates strikes on Iran's huge military.
Well, yeah, because we used all the little ones. So
Scientists find 2 million-year-old tunnels spanning 2 continents built by unknown life form. So that's actually different than the one we read up there. It's actually a different article. Oh, and then there's this one. Something moving inside the moon, scientists say. Remember, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and now they got more evidence that something is moving inside the moon. Well, that's our last article, which, what do you mean? Well, no, Donnie, we stayed late. Well, it depends on how much stuff we got. And like I said, the show actually goes to 1, but if we're done, like we're finished with articles, and we've been through all of our news cycles tonight. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of news to cover, but it was pretty good. And then we got a little off track with our good buddy Leah.
Hey, at least we didn't burst into food porn.
Yes. And, well, a friend of mine was trying to retire from hosting, but I'm going to see if I can't get her to come bug us. Well, she's a good friend. I'd like to have her on air with us. Carney is a whiny bitch.
Yes.
Simon is another whiny bitch. And what's his name from France is a whiny bitch. Turkey told the French president to basically go fuck himself. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what he was telling him. Maybe he wanted to use his base or something. Well, we got planes all over the Middle East right now, but I mean, we're not. If we really here you go, Jack. Let's just be frank about this. We haven't deployed the B-2 Lancers over there, or the other stealth bomber, or the B-52s. If we wanted to do serious devastation, we have the ability to do so, and we don't have to use nuclear bombs. We have 3,000-pound bombs we can drop all fucking day long.
In a manufacturing facility that can pump out plenty of them while they're doing that.
It's not like I said, we haven't deployed any of these bombers yet. We have air superiority now, so we don't have to worry about something getting shot down. We can just send them over there, and
they've used everything. They've said B-1s, B-2s, B-52s, everybody. All of our bombers are gone.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard about any B-52s because, man, you know when they drop.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, they were running sorties the other day, like 2 days ago.
Oh, well, them motherfuckers, they drop us. They can go a half mile wide and 3/4 of a mile long, and I forgot what they use, but that's how wide and long. You put 3 up wingtip to wingtip, it's like 1.5 miles by a mile.
They can erase the country in an hour.
Yeah, and we had a bunch of back in there. But I used to say it all the time. Why don't we just put them wingtip to wingtip and carpet bind North Vietnam into the Stone Age, or North Korea for that matter? North Korea doesn't have hardly any lights at night. If you look at a satellite of North Korea, it's pretty dark. If you look at South Korea, it's fucking lit up like a motherfucker. But not North Korea. They do that partially on purpose. Yeah, makes it hard to hit targets. Kim Jong-un he hasn't been talking any shit. You haven't noticed that? Trump, he was talking shit the whole time. Biden was. Now Trump got back and he's like, oh man, no, Trump, don't worry about it. I'm gonna give it to my daughter.
A different tune.
Yeah, he's saying, I'm gonna let my daughter have it. So just calm down, Trump. His sister. Rumors has what South Korea said. His sister is pissed. They'll be lucky if there's not an assassination, or at least assassination attempt. She thought she was going to get to be the ruler. When he stepped down, she thought she was going to get it. He had been letting her do stuff, in Trump's first term because he was scared to put his head out and he would get killed. Well, I mean, look what happened. I mean, we took
what happened, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we took your boy out of Venezuela and we killed the Ayatollah. So he probably had legit reasons. No, even today they don't let anybody know where he's going. He hides out pretty good. Who, me? I'm going to go eat some these mini chocolate cocoa cupcakes with this thick, creamy buttercream chocolate icing on top. Yeah, probably every time I eat one, I'm probably feeling an artery clog. Jamie, I was doing it all day, man. I was telling Jay about it. I lost a pair of sunglasses working at that stupid lift station. It was weird because I had never seen like this. We had from the bottom of my main drain going to the lift station, which is about 10 feet. It was just solid like grease and soap. And we don't dump grease down the drain, which is really weird. So any little grease that's left on your pan, certain soaps congeal with them and make like a plug. It's white. It's grease. It's grease and soap put together. I was like, well, you know, I've been a contractor fucking 40 years. I didn't know that. We were always unclogging drains, but this was ridiculous. I had to put the hose on each end. And I got them coming out to clean the lift station again tomorrow. And then I'm gonna run the hoses through everything again. Steph, I could have hired a plumber. It would probably cost me about $500. I would have charged about $1,000 for this job if I was doing it for somebody else. Nah, I just, it sucks getting all dirty. Nobody likes to play in poop except for babies and dogs.
Yeah, and monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys. They like to throw it at you.
Yep.
It's well, it's starting to feel like summer down here, so you gotta be careful in the south. I noticed yesterday when my baby's breath. Well, this thing is 7 foot tall, 8 foot wide, and it's gonna be full of these white flowers pretty soon. I usually wait to do anything till I see my oak starting to get leaves, because that means we're done with the cold weather. But my China ball trees haven't even got leaves yet, which suggests we may not be done with winter yet.
See, we got these things up here called evergreens. We can't ever tell when spring's coming until the flowers pop up.
We got that's all we got pretty much down here is evergreens and oaks. It's pretty much it. And if it don't get cold enough, the oaks won't lose their leaves. It's got to get pretty cold for them to lose them. But this year, like my one in my backyard, it lost all of its leaves. And now the guy next to me who's got those 150, 200 years, they never lose their fucking leaves. The only thing gets their leaves is a hurricane.
Wow.
Dean, so if you get a hurricane, what happens is the oak trees get indulged with water for a couple of days, and it stunts them for a while. You'll see like about a third of the amount of leaves growing on them. It takes them a couple of years to get over it. And then after 10 years, they start going back to normal. Yeah, when you drive, if you're driving down here, you would notice that they're not as plush. Because like right now, if you drive the beach, the oak trees are very, very, very plush, crossing the highway, very beautiful. But right after the storm, for the first 5 or 10 years, they're not. They're skanky looking, shaggy looking. Yeah. What's like here, growing a garden in the ground is a bitch because it floods about every couple of years. You get a flood. I'm not talking like, a little water gets in your yard. I'm talking 3 feet to 9 feet of water. That's not playtime. You can't even have the car. I got to go fucking park the car up on a bridge.
Yeah.
Well, doing Zayd, I thought for sure my car was going to get screwed. So we parked it, and I noticed I'm watching, and there's a light pole not far from the car, and the light pole was bending way over one way, bending way over the other way, but it never broke. No, they got bolts. They're like 1.25 inches thick, 1.5 inches thick, and these big whopping nuts on them. They used to put 4, now they put 6, and they used a reinforced piece at the bottom. It's well, we get a lot of storm damage down here, and they stopped putting lights the way they used to. Now they got them on poles, buried into the ground, and a stick pole that goes across. And the reason they do that, they have breakaway points on them, where they connect to each other. If the wind gets too bad, they'll snap at the bolts and drop off, and then all they have to do is come lift it back up, put new bolts in, and away you go. It was a brilliant idea. Whoever thought about it. No, we're going. I'm hungry. Yes, Jay promised me fried chicken, man. I want my damn fried chicken. I did. Who told you that? I actually did. On on the Iranian side, I put on there. I wrote about the Ayatollah, and I said, I hope you're enjoying your 82 virgins. I just heard they all had dicks. They say that, but they don't. They always say 82 virgins, but they never say what the virgins are.
They never say if they're male or female.
Right.
They just say 72 vestal virgins.
Yes, they assume they're girls. Well, not all. You know what? The Persians were bad about some things. We'll just leave it at that. Greeks were too. No, the Persians and the Greeks. They like their little boys. Oh yeah, they ain't gonna get out of that. History writes about that pretty frequently back. We even what was it? Alexander liked his little boy. No, I'm not talking about kids, idiot. No, we're not talking about pedophilia here. Calm down. I mean, Alexander was like what 16 when he took the throne.
Something like that, yeah, 15, 16.
No, Jack, you're thinking of Joan of Arc, which was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Was she a lesbian? How the fuck? I don't know if she was a lesbian.
But she was 17.
Yeah, she was 17, and I don't. She worked for God. She might not even had sex, dude. I wouldn't rule it out that she was a virgin.
Yeah, quite possible back then.
Well, you know, you get your head lopped off when you do crazy stuff. What are you talking? Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Give me a second. I had read an article about that sighting. So there was a group of people in Orlando theme park. It was one of the sides, one of the parks where it's, you know, double theme. You got like Disney World, and then you got a theme inside of Disney. It was one of those. I can't remember which one it was. And this thing just came and hovered. Everybody thought it was a drone at first, but then they noticed as the fog cleared out a little bit, that was much bigger. Yeah, maybe the size of like 707, 727, something. That's, you know, a decent sized jet. But just it was just a saucer. And then everybody got to flashing and making lights like something out of Close Encounters. So everybody just thought it was part of Disney, but it wasn't. Nobody knows. It stayed there for a little while. A lot of people, there's a lot of videotape, a lot of pictures, and it disappeared. And the best part about it is as people were looking at the pictures, as it disappeared, the pictures fogged out. No, they were clear at first, but as this thing disappeared, the pictures like fuzzed out. Like
We'll have to look at that maybe and do a show on it or something.
Overextended light, yeah. You know, those kind of that stuff doesn't get, because Ronnie, a lot of these reports don't get reported that much. We get stuff because people are locally involved and they'll send us a copy or whatever. But those, unless we post it to the net, it probably won't last that long. It'll get buried and pushed back, you know, because it's interesting, but it's not like it jumps out and shakes your brain or nothing. I know. But we don't make the rules. Well, we make some rules. I ain't gonna lie. We've changed some of ufology ourselves. Yeah, fuck them people. There was a lot of bullshit going on when I joined the UFO world. What got me in trouble is one of the reasons I don't do that many lectures for ufology, because I gotta be honest. I can only take so much bullshit, and then I can't take it anymore. I got to say something. Yeah, it pisses me off. Because, you know, ufology is an interesting thing to get involved in, but the amount of bullshit is deep. And then when you hear it, so when I first got into it, everybody was saying, oh, every case I heard was completely different. I'm like, this is no fucking way. I said, how many fucking aliens have visited this planet? 10,000? So I started doing abduction criteria. I said, okay, there has to be a standardized thing. If people are actually being taken by aliens, especially if they're similar aliens, there should be similar things. And I got with a group of MUFON people, and we got all the cases we could. We scraped about, 5,500 cases or so. And we started going through and looking for things that were the same. And lo and fucking behold, we found stuff. We started realizing there were common things that happened amongst abductees. The thing that amazed me or shocked me actually was in the early 2000s when we realized that ET adjusted themselves for what the researchers were doing. It was phenomenal. That means they knew and were paying attention to what the fuck we were doing, because we went from losing time to gain time. And the way they started doing memories was, instead of cover memories, they started using looped memories. I mean, this shit changed everything, and it made so many researchers not be able to find legitimate. Somebody asked me just the other day, how come there's not as many abduction cases coming out of this, that, and the other thing? I said, it's because the researchers have not realized what's happened. Even though I've been talking about it for a fucking decade, they still have not realized how much ET reacted to what we were doing. They realized, they said, well, every time there's missing time, they know that we took them. And then we started watching people. We started knowing people being regularly contacted. We started getting involved. We started realizing what the memories were and how to dig them out and what to do to find them. Even advanced extraterrestrial memories could be found. So they changed the way they did things. Now there ain't a fucking memory to find. I mean, it's an alien memory to find at the contact if you can find it, but it's usually covered by a looped memory. And a looped memory is a memory you fucking believe. Stopping at the grocery store, getting in the fucking car, going to work, kissing your wife, whatever. It could be any fucking thing. It's something
The way you found the pattern was there was the one woman who, while she was pregnant, went to the same store every day on her way to and from work, or at least to work, and got one specific drink.
Yeah, well, no, she was pregnant. She used to get a nasty hot dog every.
Chili dog. That's what it was.
When she described this thing, I was like, "You really ate that?" She was pregnant. I was thinking, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it was disgusting sounding, man. It had everything: onions and sauerkraut and cheese and mustard and fucking tons of chili. I was like, Jesus, girl, this shit didn't kill you.
Sounds good to me, though. I like it.
And then the other thing that tipped us off was a case in Gulf Breeze, Florida, where someone was issued a ticket before the time the car was actually there. So this is a weird thing. So there's a place in Gulf Breeze, Florida. We go there ourselves a lot. And it's a little hotel on the back bay right up against the Eglin Air Force Base. It's a great place to do research because there's a lot of abductions going down there. A lot of people come down there basically just to fucking get taken. So and there's a big base in it. A lot of shit goes on. It's big, huge. Everything non-nuclear gets tested at this base. So it'd be a base that ET would be interested in. But regardless, so these people were at the hotel. They get up, they leave their hotel, they drive over. They leave their hotel at 15 minutes to 11, I believe, or maybe 20 till. And then right down a little beach piece is like maybe 5 minutes away. They stop at the local 7-Eleven, go in. There's a shift change going on. In Florida, they're required to work 2 people on each shift. So we're talking to them because we used to be in a convenience store business way back when I first got out of the Navy. And we were talking to them a little bit and told them what we were doing. We were out looking for UFOs, and they giggled and laughed and stuff. And we did our thing. And then we got in the car and drove down to so there's a side road where there's a bunch of sand dunes and stuff. That's before the park was. There's a park there now. So you drove down there and you get all the way up to the fence where Eglin is. I mean, all the way up to the fence. So you get all the way up to the fence. You go out there, looking around, looking for UFOs, see a couple of weird things, get back in the car, go back to the hotel. A couple of days go by, reach down and get something. And in between the seats is a ticket for 10:10 p.m. Now, according to the film of the hotel, that fucking car was at that hotel at 10:10 p.m. But yet, so I said, okay, somebody just fucked up, wrote the wrong time, blah, blah, blah. Called the cops, talked to him about the ticket. He said, oh, well, you don't really have to pass. I said, well, that's not what I'm after. So that's cool, I don't have to. But I said it was just weird. Because we didn't leave the hotel until it's time. I said, I can show you footage, but the ticket said 10:10. I said, I was just making sure it was an error. So he said, let me look at my thing. He said, no, according to this, that was the time. He said, but let me call a dispatcher. And he calls a dispatcher, and the dispatcher pulls it up. And of course, that's what time it was. Well, it's fucking impossible.
Yeah.
They weren't there. How can it happen?
Time travel.
So, anyway. So technically they were abducted or something happened, and then they were put back at basically the same moment they were being taken. It's confusing as all hell, but it's game time. It's not lost time. And you wouldn't even have noticed it if it wouldn't have been for a couple of kind of glitchy things. Actually, without that ticket, no one would have ever noticed.
Yeah.
They would have just, went on their business. That's how good those memories are. Well, no, you can break them, but you got to know they're there, and you got to know what the memory is to break it. And the reason why they use memories that are so nonchalant, memories that you just do, it's because it's harder to break, because first off, you don't know which memory to choose. And then you have to get the person to realize a memory that they do every day is actually an alien, is covering another alien memory.
Yeah, like for example, if they put in a memory, like I get up every morning at 4:00, I put on a red cape and a blue outfit, and I step out front and I fly to work. And then when I get to work, I put on glasses and I look like some little, regular old dude. If they put that kind of memory in there, you're not gonna. It has to be something that you're not gonna go, wow, I've never done that, or I would never do that, or when have I ever done that? Yeah,
like what you just said, driving your kid to school every morning, your ride to work every morning. It could be anything. It's just something you're not going to challenge. What gives it away is weird things happen, like with the girl with the hot dogs. Well, she remembered it one day, and she remembers, oh, I got that hot dog that morning. I was fat. Well, no, the stand had closed about a year after she had the baby.
10 years, yeah.
So they were done. They were over with. So it was no way that happened. Yeah, well, and then other things, just show up. They're just out of sync, and ET can't always distinguish in your head what's real and what's fantasy. So sometimes they'll confuse a fantasy with a real memory, and then you'll be thinking about an individual in a way that you're like, well, no, your brain knows they're not a real person. Yeah, Jack, like the episode on Star Trek where Riker fell in love with the hologram girl, Monette, was that what her name?
Yeah, Colette.
She, the little weirdo people, the Binars made her, yeah. Minuet, yeah.
Was it Minuet? I thought it was Colette, but yeah.
I did. When you said that's what made me remember it, the Ed part. Yeah, it's Minuet. Yeah. I guess she was attractive. I really didn't think of it like that. I mean, this was Star Trek being weird. Oh man. So I seen the season finale of Star Trek Academy yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So it's not canceled. Whoever texted me that. The whole season 2 has been made. That's what worries me, because maybe they didn't get all the complaints in time to fix season 2. And if they didn't, it's gone. Well, I mean, it's got some decent characters, but it's okay. The captain girl, the whatever they call them, the ones that live forever, she's a fucking idiot. The Klingon, Jim Hadar, is a fucking idiot. The Klingon that's wearing a skirt, he's a fucking idiot. Come on, John, you got to be serious, dude. Do you think a Klingon and living on any Klingon homeworld would be wearing a skirt
and still living?
Yeah, they'd be beating the shit out of him every day. Maybe that's why his dad took him off and didn't put him on a homeworld somewhere. Well, that's true. He did help the Klingons to get a new homeworld. That's true. And that guy did give him a bow. Maybe he didn't notice he was wearing a skirt. You mean not the android girl, the hologram girl? She's goofy, but she's actually, as a character goes, she's got a little bit more than some of the other characters, and they had to just redo her and give her daddy and shit, so that helped her out a little bit too. You mean? Oh no, they just brought his mom on the ship yesterday, so he found his mom. I can't think of his name yet. The tall, good-looking guy.
Oh yeah, the kid from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, he found his mom yesterday, and she's on the ship. She does not look like she's not going to be evil. I just got the bad feeling this woman's going to turn out to be not so good, because she knows the guy who's causing all the trouble, who went and stole all kind of weapons from Starfleet. Really nasty ones too, things that make black holes and shit. It's woke. It's not woke like Discovery, but it's woke. So this is what's so funny about this. Picard felt the need to come out and say something about this. William Shatner felt the need to come out and say something about this. Michael Dorn came out to meet the guy, and then afterwards had to say he's not sure what a gay Klingon actually is.
Yeah.
Because I understand the medicine part, because we've played that on Star Treks before. Doctors from, that they're not all well loved, but they still have to be needed for the Klingon world. But well, I'm saying this is the 29th century. I guarantee you they know how to fix problems in anybody's psyche by then.
Yeah.
I would guess it would be up to the parent, but still. A lot of that may be done automatically, pre-birth. Yeah, they may take a lot of bad things. Well, just say out of the norm things out of your head. Things that would cause you grief as you got older. Mm-hmm. You mean like Ozempic? Ozempic is so Ozempic is unless we find out it's something really bad with it, it's going to be the next miracle drug, like aspirin. First off, it's really good for diabetes. It's also good for heart problems. Yes,
and weight problems. It's a GLP-1, isn't it?
Yeah, it helps you lose weight, but it's even better than that. It controls addictions.
Oh yeah,
People tell me that people who smoke weed or cigarettes on it tell me after about 3 months on it, they don't want to smoke anymore. They don't want to eat anymore. It's matter of fact, you got to watch it sometimes, because what happens after about 8 or 9 months on it, you start to lose your appetite completely. So not only you're losing, a couple of pounds each month, now you're not eating anything, so you're losing more weight. Well, one of our hosts on here was like 320. Last I talked to him, he was 150. He looks like a skeleton now. When he had diabetes, he wanted to get his weight down. No, we gotta go. Look, it's already 12:30, man. Look, my tie's not even tied anymore.
Yeah, it's 1:30 my time.
Yeah, Jay's 1:30 in the morning. Jay's time. He might want to sleep or something.
Eventually, I got stuff going on tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to get pregnant again. Oh wait, did I say that? I lied. Shit, that was supposed to be a secret. Who? No, we are looking for a female host for the chat. For here, well, we would welcome a female host. I mean, Leah comes to host us every once in a while, but we would love a female host. And here, just know your politics. That's all I got to say. I don't even care what side you want to be on. Just pick a politics. Just know if you're an asshole, we're going to argue with you. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You seen that picture I put up about being a dick?
The five has that one Democratic lady, Rachel Turco or so, whatever.
What are you talking about? Rachel Mad Cow Matter?
No. On the 5 on Fox, it's Turco or Turso or.
Oh yeah, I don't know the name. I can't think of it.
She's a liberal, she's left-leaning liberal Democrat.
Oh, how did Jeannie do it? Okay, yes. I'm blinking us out of here. God damn, shit doesn't work. Hold on. Oh, God, I'm not a genie. Oh, that's right. I should be a gin anyway, right? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I should go.
Yeah.
All right, we got you. Anyway, ladies and
gentlemen,
that's right. We're gonna get out of here, guys. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and using the Flipside. I hope you enjoyed the show. There's a lot of good stuff in the show tonight. Thank you, Kirby. I know it's the second night we did like an hour of clips, but we get a lot of these clips. A lot of them are good. As long as they're not third party, we'll use them. Whatever the fuck that is. No, because they're good stuff, like the Trump stuff. That shit was fucking funny. And so we did hardcore news. We talked about Epstein and Trumpy and why it's not relevant. We talked about Iran and what's going on over there and who's bombing the shit out of who. We also talked about it being day 7. Well, I really wanted to talk a little bit more about the Ukraine and some European stuff, but that can wait till Saturday. It's because it's not really hardcore news. It's just more like stuff that's going on. What do you mean, Jack? What are you requesting for tomorrow? Oh, how to make a quesadilla? Yeah, if I remember, I'll tell you. It's easy. It's fucking easy.
Quesadillas are easy.
I have a quesadilla machine, but I don't ever use it. I use I make the big one, so I use a big skillet. Yeah, man. So look, first off, we're going to go right now, but before I do anything, I heat up the pan. I get both sides of the quesadilla crunchy, okay? Because they're soft in the middle, so I get them crunchy. Then I load them down with whatever, put all my shit in there. Sometimes I'll put a whole one on top. Sometimes I'll fold it over. Just depends what kind of mood I'm in. Flip the whole damn thing over. Flip again. Make sure all the cheese is melted real good. Take it off. Take my pizza cutter. And, I use a couple of things inside. And I can tell you how to make one out of a pork roast that will make you like, oh my God, your wife might give you booty for 3 weeks. Oh, this shit is fabulous, man. Oh my God, it is fabulous. And it's because it's pork. It's unexpected to be that good. Well, I mean, you know, pork quesadillas. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but I've never really seen any in any restaurants. Oh no, I was surprised. And the tenderloin is so tender inside that quesadilla. Oh man, was it? What do you mean? No, I use a quesadilla cheese, but I use a regular quesadilla cheese, and then I use a mixed blend like a pepper jack, Colby Jack with some more queso cheese in it, and then let it all melt real good. But I use, depending if I'm cooking the meat myself, then I use everything and make all my seasoning juices in the meat. That way, when I throw it on a quesadilla, it's all running out the side. But if I've already cooked something or something like that, I get there's a lot of ways you can do this, but like that cheese dip you get. So I found at Walmart this queso shit you squirt out. So I just squirt it on, you know, rub it all in there real good, and then throw all the meat on top of it that way. Because you want something liquidy underneath it, so when you bite into it, there's some juice to it. Not a lot, because you don't want the shit running all over, but yeah, we're talking about
most people make a quesadilla. They usually use like shredded cheese, and it doesn't always melt evenly, and it's kind of oily.
Yeah, well, I'll show you the trick to melt and make it all melt around. Yeah, use a big frying pan like I do. That bitch will melt everything. But flipping them, actually the easiest way to make the quesadilla. Like I said, I like to put two together. But the actual easiest way is to just fold it over, because that's going to be hot when you fold it. Flip it over. It'll be hot again, and everything will be nice and melted. You can see it start to ooze out the sides. Take it off, put it on your plate, and cut it. No, don't steam. When you put a top on it, it's going to steam and it's going to get squishy. You want it to when you eat it. You're going to eat them soft. There's nothing wrong with eating them soft. I mean, what the hell was that? Sorry, man. Somebody walked by and hit the okay, that was weird. Anyway, we're going to get out of here after seeing that. Guys and girls, no, we'll talk about it tomorrow night. You can ask us, yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 more hours to go on Saturday.
Yeah. No, we'll talk about it. Oh, there's some good recipes for that. Chicken, shrimp, steak, or maybe a triple steak, shrimp, and chicken. Man, it's a good stuff. Because if you want to grill all your meat and vegetables all together, but you want to get a crisp on your meat and then get a crisp on your vegetables, get them all together, and then stick them down there. Hope you got a good juice going. Put it all in there. Oh my God, man, it is good. And it's not even bad for you. That's the best part. Anyway, on that note, again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the news and the flip side. I hope you enjoyed the show. Any moans, groans, bitches, complaint, feel free to write to Michelle DeRoche. She wants to hear from you. She says she don't think you people exist.
Yeah, we've been good, so there's no complaints coming in.
She said, you people. No, we're off that strike, yeah. And we're trying to behave ourselves. Well, because we still don't know what the fucking third party thing is.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell us which one it was that got us blipped out.
I looked it up online, and what it said online is we didn't do any of that night, so I'm not sure what the hell was going on. Well, you can't get anybody over there to tell you. They're like, well, we don't do that, man. Sorry. I'm like, you told me how to strike. Oh, we don't really care, man. We're just here to tell you got to strike. Fuck you, asshole.
You just do what the computer screen says, man.
Yeah.
It says violate this dude. We violated you.
Yeah. And then it tells you, go here and just read what that says. You go there and read it. You're still like, what the fuck does this mean? Anyway, I want to thank everyone again for tuning in to United Public Radio. Hope you enjoyed the show. Check us out tomorrow on the chat. I'll be here on Arthur's Quill. Oh, no, I've been tired. Last few days, I've been having to get up early. And today, like I said, I was having fun playing and, lovely stuff. On that note, again, thank you again for tuning in to United Public Radio and News and the Flip Side, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone.
See you later.